Hey, everybody. Hi, it's me, Jess. I'm the owner of my Taropist. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here. We are doing something a little bit different with our all signs today. So if you're here, welcome. We are going to be taking a look at the current connection that you're in, either the attraction that someone is feeling towards you, an attraction that you're feeling towards them, or again, if this connection is mutual, looking at the energy to peel back the layers a little bit and see, is this a love connection based in mutuality and trust and autonomy? Or is this limerence? Is this where fantasy is filling in the gaps where reality is lacking? Or is this an obsession where we have gone from limerence to full-blown I can't eat, sleep, think anything but this person? So let's get into it. If you have seen the movie Obsession, then please hit the emojis, the heart emojis on the live, or let me know in the comments if you're watching this back, because the idea for this All Signs Live did come from the movie Obsession. So a lot of people are talking about it. It's very topical right now. I really actually enjoyed this movie from a sociological and psychological perspective. I found it really interesting how sort of culturally we've shifted in our thinking. I think if this movie had come out maybe 20 years ago, people would have looked at this as a tragedy for this poor guy, this nice guy who liked this girl, and things went crazy, cuckoo bananas. But I think now we're able to look at this sort of thing from a different lens, where I looked at this movie as a beautiful example, and I don't know if beautiful is the right word, but as a really great example of limerence and what happens when limerence gone unchecked can turn into obsession. What happens when we take away somebody's free will and consent and try to live out the fantasy in our minds without really taking the time and the necessary steps to do the work to really get to know someone and build a relationship that has a foundation of mutual attraction, respect, care, consent, all of those good things. So before we get into the actual reading, we're going to go in the order of the zodiac, Aries to Pisces. I want to talk a little bit more about the difference between limerence, love, and obsession, because I think some people really still don't have a deeper understanding of that. And obviously you don't have to have seen the movie Obsession. We're not going to really talk about the movie Obsession on here, but maybe a different time, another time. I'm actually working on a new blog post for mytaropist.com that's going to dive even deeper into love, limerence, and obsession. And I think I'm actually going to, for my Tiny Rituals for Big Feels series on my Instagram page, which is at my Taropist, I'm going to spend a little bit of time on this topic because I'm seeing limerence creeping up a lot in our culture. A lot of people mistaking limerence for love or just a crush, and people wanting, I think, to get back to really connecting with people in an authentic way. So I think it's a great topic for us to discuss right now. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time on that before I move into grief, which was the next topic in the Tiny Rituals for Big Feels, because I'm kind of in a grief journey right now, and it's also a little raw right now at this moment. So I'm going to take a pause before I jump into that and deal with this feeling first. So I will be sharing a link, a post with a link to this blog post once it's completed. I'm going to share a little bit of that from that with you before we jump into the all signs. So stay tuned, stick around. This isn't going to take very long, but I think it's important to differentiate before we get into the actual readings, right? So just everything always starts with attraction. And I personally believe, although I know the the definition of limerence is more about romantic connections, and that's what we're going to look at more here. But if you want to put it in a lens of platonic connections, I think it can also be that there can be platonic limerence as well. But that's a whole other topic. We're going to talk mostly about from a romantic standpoint and context and lens. So attraction is the first step, right, in a new romantic connection. Attraction in and of itself in that beginning stage, that's kind of what I look at as like the crush. Oh, you're attracted to somebody. To me, that's sort of like, yeah, I have a crush on them. I'm interested in them. I like them. There's nothing wrong with the crush. We all get them. And I think they're super healthy and really, really fun to have. But attraction is just the information. It's just telling you something is drawing me to this person or them to you, right? If you want to go vice versa. And you can also cross-watch on this reading, by the way. So your job at that point, then once you have the information, is to investigate it, right? Investigate that feeling, investigate the attraction. Why are you feeling it? Or why are they feeling it? Is there something there that's worth exploring further? Or is it giving you different kind of information? Like maybe it's showing you a pattern that's been repeating in your relationships. Maybe it's showing you something inside of yourself that is really wanting to be seen or fully understood. I've said this often, and I'll share it again really quickly, is that sometimes what we admire in somebody else is a quality, a characteristic, an aspect of our own selves that we need to give more love or light to, okay? Or we need to share more or invest in more, okay? So either way for me, attraction is an unfolding curiosity. That's how I look at it. So it's not a definitive indicator that, you know, I found the one, this is my person or whatever. It's not necessarily a green light, but it's not a red light either. It shouldn't be that either. It's more like yellow light. Proceed with caution, move slowly. So whenever I feel it now, knowing everything that I know and all the years of experience and information that I have and everything I've researched, I and what I know about myself and the work I've done on myself, now I know when I feel that, like, let me slow down. Let me not get carried away, because I too, like all of us probably at one point or another in my life, because of unmet wounds from my childhood, have at times fell prey to limerence in my own life. So what happens is when we don't have the information, our brains then go and start to fill in the gaps where the information is missing, right? So when we don't really know a person well enough and we haven't really taken the time to get to know them yet, when it's still the early stages, our brain starts to imagine and fantasize about that person, about what life could be like with them, about what kind of person they are. We see a little bit of, you know, a glimpse of them, or we find something out about them, or we observe something about them, or they say something to us. And then it's like, oh, when we start to put the pieces of the puzzle together in our own mind. And that's why it's really important to slow down and make sure that the information you're gathering as you're investigating this attraction is founded and based in reality, not in our fantasy and what we're adding to that, right? So when we start to lean too much into that fantasy, it becomes limerence. And then when limerence is left to run amok and we leave that completely unchecked, and we get to this point where, again, if you have seen the movie Obsession, there's a particular scene where the character Nikki, under this spell, is like standing all day waiting for Bear to come home, and starts like defecating and peeing and doing things on herself. She's like frozen and can't do anything until she's waiting for him to come home. So we don't want to get there. So let's talk about the specific difference, and then we're going to get into the reading. Okay. I'm going to wrap it up with this. So what's the difference? Love asks, is there mutuality? Is there mutuality? Limerence asks, how much of this, what I'm feeling, what I'm experiencing in my attraction towards this person, is reality versus projection? Okay. And then obsession asks, is someone's autonomy, boundaries, or freedom being overridden? because spoiler alert, I'm not giving really the whole movie away, but in the movie Obsession, what ends up happening is Nikki, the character of Nikki's, for those of you who were Team Bear, but let's be really clear, the character of Nikki's autonomy, boundaries, and freedom were being overwritten. So the person who was actually obsessed wasn't really Nikki. She was possessed, not really obsessed. It was Bear that was really obsessed with Nikki because his limerence went unchecked. So but we're not going to get into all the stuff about the movie on this. So let's get into, again, bullet points. If we're going to bullet point it, what's love? Love in the context of a loving relationship, there's mutual interest and reciprocal effort. There's respect for autonomy and boundaries. Again, there's an ability to tolerate uncertainty. So if there's something that you're not totally clear, it doesn't create, or the other person, it doesn't create this like sense of anxiety. Like, oh my gosh, they, like, for example, like, oh, they didn't call me today. Oh God. And then our mind starts racing. Oh, this may have happened, or they hate me, or whatever. Right. So in a loving relationship, there is clear communication, and there's an ability to be able to confront someone with questions in a curious way, not in, I shouldn't, confront is maybe the wrong choice of words, but there's an ability to communicate when there is uncertainty, to get clarity, not to allow ourselves to become like fully obsessed and anxious around that uncertainty, right? We can tolerate it. We can tolerate if someone takes some time to get back to us, or they have other things going on in their lives, for example. So interest in a loving connection is in the real person, not in an imagined version of them. And so if you haven't really had the time to really cultivate a real connection with that person and really getting to know the real them, and your brain's filling in the gaps with the fantasy version, that's not love, right? So emotional safety and consistent behavior. Consistency is one of the biggest green flags I look for in dating now. So you want to feel emotionally safe with this person. You want them to feel emotionally safe with you. Both people should be consistent in their behavior towards each other. And also in a loving connection, there is space for both people to choose freely. So there isn't this level of control. You're your own person, and they're their own person. So there isn't a manipulative factor where we're trying to control the outcome, or their decisions, or their thoughts, or their behaviors, right? So limerence, what's limerence? So within a limerence, there is intrusive preoccupation. So it's like you can't control this like intrusive thoughts, or you're, constant thinking about this person, or checking up on them, or checking what's going on with them. Like it's this like loop that you're kind of in your mind, and then informs your behaviors and your actions, right? There's an idealization and fantasy, it's that whole proverbial, we put them up on a pedestal, or, we have this fantasy version of them. We have to remember, people are people. They will let us down. We let ourselves down. So why would somebody else not also possibly let you down? You're flawed. We're all flawed. Everyone is flawed. We're just regular people having a human experience, and human beings are imperfect, right? So it's important to remember that no one's perfect. Reading too heavily into limited contacts, that you have little hits of contact with them, and you start to read a lot into that. Oh, they smiled at me. That must mean that they're in love with me. Or, oh, they said this thing, and I said that thing 5 years ago to that person. It must mean something. Like, yeah, that's signifying limerence, okay? Emotional highs and lows based on small signals. So again, like if they say something to you, it makes your whole day is made. If they don't talk to you, it's like what Barbie and Ken. If Barbie says hi to Ken, I forget exactly how it goes. If Barbie says hi to Ken, it's a good day. Like Barbie, Ken's whole existence is dependent on how Barbie treats him. Like, we don't want to be there with somebody, okay? Greater attachment to potential than observable reality. Okay, so we start to realize that, gosh, this whole connection is based on the potential future outcome, not on what's actually happening. So it's like that, again, that sort of expression of, you have to ask yourself in a connection, if this person didn't change, if everything stayed the same, could I live with this for the next 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 50, for the foreseeable future number of years, right? Or is this not really what I'm truly looking for and really want in a connection or in a relationship? We cannot live on predictive outcomes. We cannot live on our hopes and dreams for the future. We have to deal with what's real right now in this present moment, okay? And then also, finally, difficulty tolerating ambiguity or rejection. So again, living uncomfortably in that uncertainty. If there is rejection or sense or feeling of rejection, not being able to handle it, not really being able to deal with it. Nobody likes rejection, but if you get into like a full meltdown, or you're depressed for days because somebody isn't reciprocating your affection towards them or your feelings towards them, that's dangerous. That's limerence, okay? So obsession, or if you want to call it unsafe fixation. This is last, and then I will get into the reading. We are pulling cards today. So possession, mistaken for love. So again, if there's a feeling of wanting to possess or control somebody, I must have them as mine, all mine and only mine. Like, we don't own people, okay? That's called slavery, and it was abolished, and unfortunately still existing, but unfortunately should never be, should not be. No human being should possess, own, control another, period. Okay, that's not love. Attempts to control, manipulate, or override free will. Again, back to the movie Obsession. Like, like, if that if the one wish Willow, okay, say Nikki, say Bear made the wish on the one wish Willow. If you haven't seen the movie, go watch it. But say Bear made the wish on the one wish Willow, and Nikki was not this cuckoo bananas person, but was this like very loving, sweet, kind, empathetic, caring individual towards him and whatever, and was exactly lived out the fantasy that he had in his mind, would that still make it okay? I posit no, because it's never okay to override somebody's free will or to manipulate them in any way. You want to be with somebody who wants to be with you just as much. You deserve that. Everyone does. You don't deserve to be with somebody that is with you out of coercion or guilt or manipulation, or again, a loss of their autonomy. Okay, that's not healthy. Escalation after rejection. So we're, again, with Limerence, there's an uncomfortability with the rejection. With obsession, it's like, oh no, not only am I like down and depressed, I'm going to do something to make you pay, to make you feel something for rejecting me, or I'm going to cause harm to myself or to others because, God forbid, because of this feeling of rejection that I have, right? Fear, coercion, I'm going to make you pay, I'm going to whatever. That's not right. Fear, coercion, monitoring, or unwanted pursuit. And that's where we can get into really, really unsafe fixation, really, really bad obsession, when, again, we start to do things or act in ways, or someone else, again, vice versa, acts in ways that go into illegal territory, right? Or obsessive behaviors that are, again, it's all going back to like overriding somebody's free will. So we're going to find out what's going on with this attraction either that you have towards somebody. If you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself, boo, that they have towards you, or the connection that you are finding yourself in, please use your own intuition, your own best judgment. Tarot should never take the place of that. If you are feeling like this is something that you struggle with, either this cycle of limerence in your connections or your attractions towards others, obsession, then I highly recommend that you seek professional care, guidance, counsel from a therapist or someone else who can help you work through that and understand what is going on in terms of your attachment style, what's going on in terms of possibly unmet needs from childhood wounds or trauma that you've experienced, or other things that could be going on in your life that you really, need some healing help and someone to really help guide you through that. Okay. All right, we should be good now. Hold on. Okay. Are we better? Is it better? Okay. I hope you all can see me and hear me. All right, I'm gonna keep going until anyone tells me otherwise. So let's get into it. We're now doing the all signs portion of the reading. Gonna go Aries to Pisces. I'm gonna say hi to the people in the chat. And actually, let's see. I'm gonna do my times, get my timestamps ready too while I chitty chat with you guys really quickly. I'm not going to do questions on this one because I am going to do the Mr. Bojangles fundraiser, I think Sunday. So I'm going to wait till then to do questions again. And I did questions on the last live if you missed it, but I'm going to do like a whole one question readings live on Sunday. And I'll be announcing that, posting it soon. So this one, we're just going to do what we shared at the beginning, and then we're going to go to the all signs. So who's in the chat? Hey, Janet. Hey, Janet. Hey. Is it working? I need someone to tell me if you guys can see me and hear me, please. Pretty please. So hi, Janet. Hi, Nixie. Hey, Greg. How you doing, Greg? Hey, Luna's World again. Oh, boo. That's a great question. I would love to answer your question. I'm not going to do questions on this one. So I will be doing that on Sunday and I will post about it. But if you want to go to mytaropist.com, that's where you can book a reading with me. Link is in the description for bookings. Hey, Lisa. This is just an all signs. Hey, Angel Rains, Angel Rains. You can see me and hear me. Thank you. The audio is cutting out. Okay. I'm going to keep going, you guys. I'm going to keep going. And please, if anything is funky, please let me know in the chat. I know a lot of you guys are working right now, but I really need somebody to help assist out. Because I'm not getting any like weird messages right now. And I refresh and it seems on my end, it looks okay. But if you're seeing something else, give me a heads up. I'll keep like glancing over. Okay. All right. I don't want to delay too long. So let's jump into it. Thank you, Angel Reigns. Thanks for the heads up. Okay, let's get right into it. Because Jess wants y'all to have healthy connections, healthy love, mutual attraction. Because I know the difference. I know what it feels like. I've been in like almost every kind of connection you can think of. And I know the difference. And I see y'all and I'm reading for y'all and I'm getting the energy. And I think this is such an important topic. So let's get into it. So we're going to start with Aries. And so we're going to kind of look at what's fueling this the attraction, what's happening between, so the reality of the connection, what's actually happening here, what's fueling the intensity of the feelings, and then we'll make a sort of judgment call on if it's love, limerence, or obsession. If there, and then we'll look at maybe your next steps. Is kind of the flow that I had planned for this one. So let's get into it without further delay. Sorry for the technical issues. Okay, let's go. Aries. All right, Aries. Hey, boo, hey. Let's look at this attraction, either that you're feeling for someone or they're feeling for you. Let's see what's going on here, boo. This is for Aries. This is for Aries. So what's actually happening here between Aries and this person? What's actually happening between Aries and this person? Aries, this looks like definitely giving mutual attraction. It looks like, so you have the Two of Wands. Love it for you. Okay. You have the Hierophant on the bottom. Temperance, maybe. Oh gosh, you have some good cards here. So let's see. Let's dive right in. I'm gonna, you know how I have to do. I have to get myself all situated and comfortable, and I'll probably do that a million times. But let's get into it. Aries, this looks like it has great potential. You may be taking things slow in this connection, which I like. You have Temperance on underneath that Hierophant energy. Like you're really taking time to really get to know each other and build a connection that has substance. It may have been that initially this may have felt like maybe a sexual thing, like, oh, we both feeling a way towards one another, right? Oh, I'm feeling you, you're feeling me. Maybe you've talked about, even you've gotten to the point in the connection where you've talked about plans for the future. You could have mutual interests, right? So maybe you have a hobby or something in common, or more than one thing that you have in common. Taste in music, taste in films, books, podcasts. I don't know, whatever you guys do. Maybe there's like, again, you both have the same interest. Maybe you both like volleyball. Maybe you both like playing hopscotch. Shut up, Jessica. But whatever's going on here, it's definitely giving that this is a mutual connection between the two of you. And it definitely looks like it has the potential to grow. And even more, like you've got the Two of Cups. So once again, it's giving not only is the attraction mutual, the feelings are mutual. I love that. That's the number one factor I'm going to be looking for on these readings for mutuality. If it is potential for a love connection here, it does look like there may have been something where it flamed up really fast. Maybe you started initially, maybe it was veering towards a limerence type of energy. Maybe it was like, we're moving really fast. But whatever happened, it feels like you started to kind of pump the brakes a little bit. Let's take our time to really get to know someone. And that can happen too. Sometimes in the beginning of their connection, there's so much excitement. And then we get to a point where like, oh, I see actual potential here. So like, let's, again, as we talked about at the beginning, like let's fill in the gaps with reality instead of fantasy and like really take our time getting to know each other, right? So I love this for you. It looks great, Aries. it looks like initially what was fueling this might have been more of an emotional and or maybe physical, sexual kind of spark, chemistry, attraction. But it feels like the potential here and the pacing that you have moved into is something that can create more substance. It looks like there's a good amount of reciprocity in terms of the communication. Like there's a good cadence to y'all's communication, right? And it looks like you maybe also have shared values. Maybe that's your spiritual beliefs or your education, like in terms of the level of education you have is similar. Again, could be hobbies. So I love this. There's genuine compatibility, there's genuine chemistry. And I like that you're trying to pace it really well. So let's see. Is this love, limerence, or obsession? I mean, I think that this definitely has potential for love, for an actual relationship connection. In fact, there may already be mutual love here. Yeah, because there is mutual affection, mutual attraction, reciprocity, emotional exchange, good communication, all the things. So yeah. So what's the next step? What should you do next? How should you handle this? By the way, Aries, I've got Taurus energy here as well with the Hierophant and Sagittarius energy with Temperance. So either you or this person could have those also prominently in your chart. Especially remember, watch for your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, your north node, all the things. So if this is like your moon sign, for example, or your Venus sign, you could have like Taurus or Sagittarius sun or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, boo. All right. So how should you, like, what's your guidance? What's your grounded guidance for this next step? I don't know, for some of you, it could be long distance or starting out that way with the Eight of Wands there too. Just saying, maybe part of what you're planning about the future is meeting up, but let's see. Nine of Cups. Okay. So your advice, boo, you have Nine of Cups, and then you also have the Seven of Discs on the bottom, and then Six of Discs underneath that. So it's like, take your time investing in this. It's really exciting and new and fun is what I'm getting to. Even with the Hierophant here, it is giving me like a fun, fresh, like you're in the stage of like still getting to know each other. It's your past, I think, like having just met, like definitely there's been conversations, there's been action taken towards this connection. You both have this now understanding of, yes, this is mutual, right? But it feels like fresher to me. So I gotta say, with that, it feels like there's a energy of take your time investing in this. I think this one, Aries people, if this is resonating with you, this definitely looks like one that is worth the investment. Like, don't throw this out. But definitely take your time after that excitement and that feeling and sense of, oh my God, I like hit the jackpot with this person. Take your time to ground this. What's missing here, aside from the Hierophant energy, is there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of emotion going on in your connection, right? Or in this attraction. But what I'm looking for is this, which is showing up in your advice, right? Is the Earth energy. Is the, can we ground this and invest in this in reality and in long term? Like, let's bring ourselves a little bit, not to say like, again, because this is gorgeous, not to say like let's stop having fun, but let's like start like really investing in this in like a real substantive way, right? So however that looks for you, let's see how this can work in our reality. Let's invest in each other in a way that can really grow and bloom and blossom in the long term. So I see this could potentially go the same long term. And again, there's a lot of this energy of mutuality here, reciprocation, back and forth exchange. I love this consistency. and stay consistent in the way you're investing in this in the long term. Make sure, again, it stays mutual and that you're both giving equal. There's equal give and take here. And with the 9 of Cups, I also want to say, like, also don't neglect your own needs in this. Sometimes we get super excited in a connection and we start to give so much to the connection that we start to neglect our own needs and our own self-care or whatever. It's like we're giving so much to this connection and investing so much in it, but in the same time, make sure that your needs are being met too. Make sure this person is like you're truly feeling happy and content in this connection. Make sure you're also taking care of yourself as well as them and the connection. Okay, so that is what I have for you, Aries people. Aries rising. Yeah. Okay, let's get into the next one, which is Taurus people. Where are my Taurus people? Woo. Taurus. Hi, it's me, Jess. Welcome to your reading. We're taking a look at there's either this attraction you're feeling towards someone, their attraction towards you, or the mutual connection. So take it at wherever level or place you are and what you're looking for, babe. Apply it as it resonates in your particular situation. And what we're looking for specifically are signs that there is potential for a real love connection based in mutuality, trust, respect, or if there's limerence happening here and we're starting to fill in those reality gaps with fantasy, so we can curb that a little bit, bring ourselves down to earth a little bit, or if there's obsession and this is maybe something that we need to avoid altogether. So let's find out. This is for you, Taurus. The reality of the connection. So what's really going on here for Taurus and this person? Oof. Okay. So Taurus, this deck does not have reversals, but for the purposes of this reading to look for specific things, I think I will be reading them, even though this deck is, the author didn't intend for that. And there are some readers who never do reversals, like they just don't believe in it. So, and I respect that. I think the author of this particular deck is one of them. So, but for the purposes of this reading, I think it is important if something does come out reversed, it's intentional. So I want to say what I'm getting with this out the gate is somebody is really overly mentally preoccupied right now in this connection. This could be long distance for some of you. That could be presenting as a struggle. It doesn't have to be that. Or someone is in a transitional season of their life, coming off of maybe a really difficult or challenging season, and they're finally kind of getting to, whether, again, I'm not separating the energies here. If you want to do that, book a personal reading, but take it as it resonates for you in your situation. So one or both of you, I feel, is coming off of a season that's been challenging, that's been difficult, right? And there's this energy of transition that's happening. Somebody in this connection is giving me that they have a tendency to be a little bit controlling. I don't know if I want to go so far as to say manipulative, but there could have been in the past situations of coercion when it came to other connections that they were in. So I want to say be really, really cautious if that's the other person that I'm reading for in your connection. I think that there's a need also for somebody here to maybe drop their guard. And maybe sometimes when people are controlling in that way in relationships, it's because they feel out of control in some other area or aspect of their life, right? And that just goes for control kind of across the board. So be cautious of that if that's you. If you start to feel yourself veering into that energy of like wanting to control an outcome or wanting to control another person or their feelings or their actions towards you, like stop and think, okay, where in my life am I feeling outside of control? Like where am I feeling a loss of control in my own life? Okay. And what are healthy ways I can deal with that? So I do feel like there's, again, this season of transition that's happening. There's a need for someone, and again, in this connection to kind of drop their guard. But I also feel too that there's somebody. I have Virgo energy here, by the way. I have Aries energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, a lot of sword energy here. There's a lot of mental preoccupation, a lot of somebody thinking a lot about this or this person. So we don't really like to see Queen of Swords reverse. She can be someone who has struggles with like anger issues, who struggles with again manipulative behaviors, sense of control, sense of, you know, it can also be like mental fixation, preoccupation. Can also be someone who's detached emotionally, and I'm not seeing a lot of water here. I see someone who's potentially like tries to hide their feelings or emotions, or tries to control feelings or emotions, whether that's theirs or others. And sometimes when people are in that way, they're in this very protective sort of space, which I'm seeing here too. Again, there's like a sense of guardedness here, but I'm getting a lot of like overthinking, and someone here who may struggle with like, again, issues with anger, control. So be really cautious with that, boo. I'm going to say, yeah, this is one where I'd be like, proceed with caution. I don't like it. I can't lie. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's giving limerence with the overthinking, with a tendency towards obsession if someone doesn't take care of this. Okay. It could be that someone just needs some time to live in this transitional season and take care of themselves in this transitional season right now, rather than look towards an external connection. Okay. So again, sometimes when we're in those seasons of transition, there's a lot of changes happening, okay, that are outside of our control. And so I say, honestly, boo, if that's you, take care of that first. Make sure you've hit land, you know, that peaceful, like make sure you're clear of whatever the struggle season was for you, that you're outside of that, you're clear, and before moving on to the next one. And if this is somebody in your orbit right now, like, just again, I'd proceed with caution on this. So what action or step should you take, boo? What action or step should you take? Someone could have father issues, struggling with that. Or struggling with their responsibility or role, especially if they're like a man. If this is a masculine energy, if they could struggle in with their masculine energy, whether that comes from like a father wound or something else there, right? Could be that someone has children or is recently out of a relationship that was controlling in some capacity. So let's see. What's the action or step for Taurus here? Woo. Yeah, I feel like there's some childhood wounds here. I was going to say that too, with that Emperor and the dad issues, and whether it's a father wound or not. I do feel like with the Six of Cups, again, there may be some like healing from the past, especially if there was like a tower moment. Again, with the child energy, for me, Page of Pentacles is usually the one that shows up for me as a child. So it's given that there may have been a situation, a wound, a trauma, and a big tower moment that one experienced in their childhood, that there needs to be some healing. Okay. Maybe created an unhealthy attachment style, which is what this is giving to me. Okay. So that's often where the tendency towards those limerence type of connections, relationships, attractions, attachments come from. Again, if that is you, definitely I would highly recommend like seeking, just being able to talk to somebody who is a therapist. But that definitely looks like what I'm seeing here. So I'm gonna say work on whatever that childhood wound is, boo. Or if this is a past relationship or experience, but often those patterns are built from childhood. So go ahead and I'd say don't do this one. I'm just gonna be real. I won't sugarcoat it. I'd say avoid this. Avoid it, Taurus. If this is you, if this is this person, I'd say someone here who's really got some stuff from the past that needs to be sorted, that they haven't fully healed or moved on from. So I'd say work on that first and then start looking. But I'd say I would avoid this. I would avoid this particular connection. It's not looking healthy at the moment. Or if you want to pursue it, check and see again, which areas of my life am I feeling outside of control right now? What are my own needs I really need to attend to? In which ways are my childhood wounds still affecting my attachment style now in relationships and in attraction? So that is what I have for you, Taurus. I'm going to move on to Gemini. All right. Let's see what we have for Gemini. This is going to be a long live, isn't it? All right. Hi, Gemini. It's me, Jess. Let's get into it. I'm also a Gemini Venus. Janet, where is everybody? Good Lord. All right. What is going on, Gemini? Let's get into it for you, boo. All right. So this is where we're kind of taking a look at either the person who is currently showing a level of attraction towards you towards them, or if it is a mutual attraction. Diving a little deeper, if you missed the beginning, I talked in more detail about the difference between love, limerence, and obsession. And this is a play on the film Obsession, which I highly recommend if you haven't seen it. If you're into the horror genre, to me, I didn't find it super scary. I found it really interesting. Jess is like obsessed with like sociology, psychology, all of that. And so for me, I love examining pop culture through that lens. And so for me, I really enjoyed being able to recognize, okay, that's limerence. That's what happens when limerence turns into obsession. So that's kind of where the inspiration for this reading came from. But we're going to take a look at that connection that you're dealing with and see what's the energy right now is coming through, what's happening between you guys, and what's fueling it, and if this is looking like a love, a limerence, or an obsession situation, and what you should do about it. Okay, Gemini, let's see. Could be dealing with the fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. For some of you, this may be somebody who's like in and out, who's like keeps coming around and then leaving. I have Gemini showing up here too. I have fixed energy with the Wheel of Fortune. So that would be Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo, Roar. Also, again, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. King of Wands is here. So what I'm getting for you, y'all, is this is looking like this is a repeating cycle with this person. This is somebody that comes and goes. They've let you down before, I feel like, in the past. Gemini, Okay. I don't know if you guys were at one point actually in a relationship or not, but it may have been that they sold you at one point the sun, the moon, the stars, right? For some of y'all, this is giving that this is not the first rodeo with this person. They let you down. Some time passes, right? Things change, and then they show back up. Hey, Gemini, or not? Yeah, you are Gemini. Gemini, hey, Gemini, how you been doing? I've been missing you, boo. Like, hey, you run into them somewhere when you're out, or they call you up, like, hey, let's go get a drink. Let's go have some coffee. Let's go hang out. I miss you. I miss all the fun we used to have, Gemini. Only to like abandon you, ghost you again, only to show back up when they're feeling horny or something. You know what I'm saying? Or feeling themselves or whatever. Need to show off to you, need the attention from you. It's giving a little bit of narcissistic vibes, Gemini. I'm not gonna lie. It's giving that a little bit. Someone who is not giving, committal energy. Like maybe they promise it, maybe they've dangled it in front of you like a carrot, or made you wish and hope for that, which is giving more like limerence. Like there's a fantasy that's been created and built here, whether that was in your mind, their mind, or based on something that they actually said to you. So yeah, boo, I'm getting like this person is for the birds, boo. I'm just gonna be real with you. I don't like this one either, boo. I don't like it. I don't like it. They may even hide or have hidden from you that they had other options, right? It's like when you're with them, they make you feel like you're the only one, but secretly behind your back, they're dealing with other people as well. So I don't like this energy. I think that they've hurt you on multiple occasions. And they like to come back, I feel like, just when you're starting to feel good too, or they are. There's those people too, you know what I mean? Like they show back up because they need an audience for whatever's going on. Like that's very kind of narcissistic behavior, right? It's like, oh, I need I need some supply right now because I'm feeling someone needs to know how wonderful I am. Someone needs to tell me how wonderful I am. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. So I'm gonna say that this is giving definitely like limerence energy, because there is this like fantasy element here, right? Where someone has either sold you a dream, a fantasy, or you have believed a dream or a fantasy, filling in the gaps in your mind, or again, vice versa, flip it, switch it. Maybe they are. But this is not grounded in anything substantive at all. And also this person's pattern is showing me that they will do this to you again. Right now, I think that they're feeling themselves, and they are, because if you're watching this, maybe you're watching this because you're like, well, they say they've changed, they seem different, they look good. I mean, yeah, whoever this person is, they look good. I don't know if this is somebody who's in the public eye in some regard, or like they've got a fan base, a following of some kind, or they're like someone who just carries themselves with a certain sense of charisma. They're probably great in bed. I think they definitely have had some experience from what I'm picking up here. They've had plenty of experience. They know what they're doing. And they know, I think, the emotional pull that they have and sway that they have over you, Gemini. They know. But some of them all can clean, boo, and they're on some bullcocky banana foo-foo shishi for real, for real. So I would say, well, let's see what your advice is. But I'm calling this limerence with some narc tendencies, okay? We're not diagnosing anyone here, by the way, but the behavior, we're reading the behavior from the energy that we're getting here. And the behavior is not a great pattern, not a great pattern at all. It's also too, like, I think I said this, but they could have a nose for like, oh, Gemini's doing well right now. I can smell it. Let me go around and like drink their milkshake, drink it up, right? Yeah, I don't like this. So what's the advice? How should you deal with this individual? How should you What should you do? Hey, Yoli. Hey, boo. Hey. Do not invest in this. Kick them to the curb, boo. Kick them to the curb. You need to, at best, friend zone them. But honestly, what I'm seeing more than that is like, no, you need to be the one to understand your own value and worth. Something about this person makes you feel less than what you really are. Okay. They have a way about them of someone here could have. Now, I'm not trying, again, we're not diagnosing people. This is all kind of in good fun, but I'm reading the energy. Therapy is for everyone. Yay. But I'm going to say someone here could have a mother wound. So what I'm trying to tell you is do not invest in this. You're worth so much more. Leave this person out, like pay them dust. Okay, 5 of discs. Don't invest in it. The Empress reversed, the Princess of discs. Okay, this is not the connection that you are manifesting, boo. It's just not. Go on and explore somebody else. If you're horny too, and they're coming at you with that big stick, listen. We all get there. That's not who you need to be hooking up with. Go move on to the next one. Find someone else to satisfy that need or satisfy it yourself. That's okay too. Honestly, so many great toys out there. But not this. Don't do it with this one. Don't do it. Say bye-bye. Bye to this one, Gemini. Okay? Say bye-bye, Gemini. All right. Love you. Love yourself more because that's not for you. All right. Moving on. Again, could have definitely there was a lot of fire there. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Also Taurus was there. All right. Also fixed energy, Wheel of Fortune. So Leo, Taurus, again, Aquarius, and Scorpio. Newbie me. Hey, boo, hey. Listening while you work. Yeah. Yeah, that was a no. All right, moving on to the next one. My Cancerians. That's my sun sign. If you didn't know, now you know. Cancer, where your claws at? Get your claws out, snippity snap. Yeah. We're not going to take questions on this one because we're going to do questions on Sunday for a dedicated one question reading live. So I'll be sharing about that either today or tomorrow. And if you missed the beginning, scroll back where I break down love versus limerence versus obsession, reading to you all straight from the blog post that I'm currently writing, in the process of writing. So I'll be sharing that too. But Cancer, if you missed that, that we're going to kind of take a look at the energy of this attraction, not relationship. Okay, if you're in a healthy, loving relationship, this is not the reading for you. This is for like my single folks who are maybe loosely connected with someone, out there dating, who have an attraction towards someone, or they have had someone express attraction towards them, or they're questioning it. So we're going to take a look at like what's actually happening here. What's the energy really telling us about it? And then we're going to make a judgment call. Again, all in good fun. We're not diagnosing people. So if I use psychology language, just know it's not a diagnosis. Okay. But we're going to kind of make a call on, is it love? Is it limerence? Is it obsession? And then we're going to see what you should do with it. Okay. Y'all in the chat tell me, should I repeat, because people do click later and they just watch from their sign. But sometimes I'm like, I feel like I'm just repeating myself over and over. All right, let's go. What's going on for Cancer? What's going on for Cancer? Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. You know the deal. Drop a like, subscribe, all the good. Hype it up. All right, what is this? Tell me about this situation. Oh, well, Cancer. Okay, what? Oh, someone's stressed. I don't know if the person you're dealing with or you is like a baby mama, baby daddy. I don't really like that expression, but you know what I'm saying. They got some childrens. You or them, maybe. Or they got an overbearing mother. That could also be what's happening here. That's the part I don't like. It could very well be that they got some mom stress. I don't know if that's mom issues or someone. It's giving more like there's a burden that somebody is carrying related to possibly a maternal figure, whether that's you or that. Like, so if somebody is a mother, if that's you, boo, you may be like under a lot of stress right now and a lot of carrying a lot of responsibilities. And also too, it maybe put you in a protective mode, as it should. Whoever's a parent out there, I mean, obviously your kids, their well-being, their health, their safety, everything should come first, right? And I think that goes with and should inform and does inform the way that you all approach your relationships. I mean, I'm only a cat mom, but that's a red flag for me. If I'm trying to date somebody and they're like, I hate cats, I don't like cats, or I'm allergic to cats. I had a boyfriend who was allergic to cats and it did not go well. So like, it's always something I look for. So I can only imagine how much more greater that is if you are actually have human children, and how important it is for you to vet people with that in mind. So that could be what's going on here. Or again, it could be someone's got a very overbearing mother who is interfering in this. But let's move that away because I saw some good stuff. Okay. So I really do think, I'm getting something else for you too, though, Cancer. It could be that someone here is not able to have children. And that may be presenting an issue with regard to somebody's like dating life here. Whether that's something that you feel could be like a make or break for you. If either you or the person is unable to have children, or there's questions around, doubts around having children. If this is like a step parent sort of situation, it could be that like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready to take on that responsibility. Something around that in this reading for you. So whoever this is for, let me move on from that, but it keeps kind of not wanting to let me go. There's a lot of attraction here. Someone here could be very successful in work, business, career. That could make them very attractive. I'm getting another message, and this is just a lot of this is intuitive, and I'm reading for you, Cancer. I'm going to move on from it, but I'm getting to that it could be if somebody is like prioritizing their career or their work success, that someone is carrying doubt or question of like, okay, are you more into that? Can you actually also be nurturing and loving and parental or whatever? Like there could be question on like, are you know what I'm saying? Like, is that really all that you're about? Is that your focus? Is it about your career goals and ambitions? Is that more important to you than family or that sort of thing? So that could be a question that, or a doubt that somebody's having for that to be like really glaring at me there. But beyond that, I do feel, aside from that caveat, which I don't think is a bad thing, those are good questions to consider as we're getting to know somebody and really wanting to know them and not just what we're fantasizing or hoping for, projecting. So in terms of the groundedness of this, I think that there is a lot of good potential for this to turn into a very committed and loving mutual relationship and connection. I think it's a matter of dealing with whatever this potential family situation is. And I gave different scenarios there. That seems to be the thing that's causing some kind of burden or stress on this. And someone's, I think, thinking a lot about it. So as long as you can take this step forward to communicate that with each other and get rid of the ambiguity there, I think it could be really successful. I think this actually could be very successful. Someone here is there's a lot of attraction, but I'm also seeing this potentially grounded in something more substantive than just attraction. But what I am getting a lot of a sense of too is like a good on paper kind of a situation. And is this person checking these boxes? And what I'm not getting a lot of is the emotion. Like, so I feel my advice, without pulling advice on for you on this, is try to build the emotional connection just as much as the rest. Okay. Instead of just like them trying to see, are you checking these boxes for me? Or you saying, are you checking these boxes for me? Like, is there actual like an emotional connection here? Is there love? Because I can't say that I'm seeing love yet. But I think it could have the potential for it. So what is the actual advice? One more shuffle for Cancer. What's the actual advice here for Cancer? Yeah, I'll go ahead and jump to advice. I was like, do I want to pull a little bit more? No, let's do advice. Advice for Cancer. Cancer. I have to say this. I'd say make sure you're learning the lessons that you've learned from your past experiences, universe. So if something is starting to feel familiar to you about this connection or this person, their attraction towards you, be really careful that you aren't just filling or checking off boxes for someone. Be really cautious of if there is, like, say for example, you've dealt with somebody who had an overbearing parent in the past, right? You've already been there, done that, got the t-shirt, and you're seeing signs of that, and you're hearing this person as they're talking, explaining their relationship with their mother or whatever, or an ex or something like that. Listen, listen, Linda. Listen, Cancer. Listen to what they're actually saying and what you're observing, because I'm getting that there may be here, I hate to say it because it looked good, but there may be like a cycle repeat that's wanting to repeat something you've already ended and closed out. Okay. And I want to say, just like, be really, really careful that you're not getting back into another kind of situation that you've already been in before. Okay. And with that, under the Devil, I have the Four of Cups. And so I have to say, with that energy, again, like I said, I didn't see a lot of emotion here. So make sure, is this person really able to meet your needs emotionally? Right? Are they trying to fill a void here with you in their life? Is there a tendency towards compulsion or attachment, or are you dealing with somebody here who maybe has an addiction issue, right? So I say, just be really careful with this, because it does look like there may be something here that is a pattern that's wanting to repeat. And so just be really cautious that it's not that. Otherwise, aside from that, I think there's a lot of great potential here. Someone's very attracted in this. Someone I feel like is looking for an actual serious relationship. So if you're wondering or questioning, is this person only just wanting one thing from this or whatever? No, I feel like they are, but I feel like make sure that beyond just checking off the boxes, either you or this person, that you're building a real emotional, healthy emotional connection with this person. Okay. So that's what I got for you on that one, Cancer. Watch your other placements, your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, your North Node. And don't forget to hit the thumb if you want to dive deeper on your personal connection. I really recommend the clarity reading for that, for anyone watching, and for my Cancers. All right. I'm going to go to Leo. 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 Roar. Leo. Mm-mm-mm. Ew, I feel some good. Well, maybe because it's your season. Happy birthday, boo. I hope you're having a good season. I keep getting Leos in my life lately. Like for the past, it's been the theme for like, I don't know, the last like 3 years or so. It's like every new person I meet seems to be a freaking Leo, man. It is my North Node. I do have my North Node in Leo. So they say that when you're moving into your North Node energy, that you start to attract a lot of people from that sign. So yay for me, I guess. All right, Leo, this is for you though. We're going to take a look at this current attraction that you're experiencing. Either someone is attracted to you, you are attracted to them, or the feeling's mutual, boo. But let's see, before you proceed on this journey, is there potential for love here, like real love? Or is somebody here in limerence? Or have we transcended limerence and gone a full-blown obsession land? Let's find out. North Node Leo too? Okay. Listen, we have at least 2 placements then in common, Janet. That's dope. That's dope. Let's see. All right, Leo, first we're just going to get the energy of the connection in general. Whoa. Oh, Lord. For some of you, this is an X. I'm going to do this again, but some of you guys, this is somebody that you were in a relationship with, or you had something with, and it's ended in your healing. So I'm going to do this again because the way that was coming out. But for some of my Leos, you may have just, you may be healing from some kind of a painful ending, or ending of a bad relationship or bad experience there. All right, so I'm going to do one more shuffle for you. No, 2 more. 2 more, and then we're going to get into it. Ready? Leo, Leo. Tell me about this attraction. Interesting. Okay. I still am getting you in this sort of, yeah, okay. Well, showing up again, not at the beginning, but it's still, the energy is the same, boo. You could be dealing with the Virgo, you could be dealing with the Pisces or another water sign. I like to look at the moon interchangeably with the water signs personally. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, could also have that in your chart. Sorry, it's not wanting to focus. The Hermit. So again, Virgo energy, could have that in your chart too. You could be a cusper. You have the 7 of Wands. So someone here is very guarded. I don't think I shared this in the beginning, but this is in the blog post that I'm writing, and it's going to go on mytherapist.com. But whenever we're starting to date someone or get to know someone, or there's an attraction, pay really close attention to how you feel in your body around this person. Like, do you feel comfortable? Do you feel like you can really relax and really be yourself around them? Or does your guard go up, right? Does your guard go up around them? How's your body language? Are you closed off in your body, or are you open? Do they make you do that full belly laugh, or do they make you wince? Like how you feel, how you show up in your body. That tells you a lot. How your nervous system is responding to them. So there's this energy of either somebody is really secretive or really guarded, and you're picking that up. I don't like this sort of sneaky, quiet, silent, guarded energy I'm getting here. Or again, it's like somebody is just healing still and they're not really ready for this. So if this is somebody who's attracted to you, Leo, I would just say, like, if you're not ready and you're still in this energy, right? you're still healing, then give yourself the space and time and all of that you need. You don't have to rush into anything. Everything is not an emergency. Everyone that reaches out to you, everyone that messages you, everyone that says, I like you, everyone that wants to be your friend, you don't have to be their friend. Everyone that says, hey, I want to date you, you don't have to date. It's up to you, boo. So if you don't feel ready, or something is giving you this like little spidey sense, maybe you are very intuitive. Again, maybe you have a strong water placement. Maybe this person does. If your spidey sense is saying like, I don't know, I'm feeling really cautious about this one. I don't know. Something here is just telling me to be careful. Maybe you should listen to that little voice inside. But if this is about you being not in an energy of being open or curious just in general, like that's something to think about. Like, do I have this problem in general? Like, do I have a tendency to be too shy or too closed off? What kind of signal am I sending? Then that's something to think about too, right? Some of you may be watching this and you're lying to me and you really have nobody. Some of you got nobody. You're just like, I'm just watching for fun, Jess. Sorry, that's okay. Yeah, something is just telling me there's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of, guardedness, ambiguity in this connection. It could be that someone is not being entirely forthcoming with you. So then it's like, okay, what are your real intentions here? So it's giving more of the Limerence vibes to me. And that's where I would kind of leave it. If there's anything there at all, it's giving, there's something here that is not feeling very comfy, right? And so you should listen to your intuition if it's telling you, like, be cautious, be guarded with this person. So what's the advice? Boo, you got too much going on to be worried about dating right now anyway. You got too much work and too many responsibilities going on in your life right now. You're busy. You're busy. I don't know if you're working extra hours, taking up extra shifts, or taking on some side work. I don't know. Maybe it's like you got stuff to do around the house. You got stuff to do on the job. You got stuff to do, boo. You got too many things going on. Why are you trying to date right now? I don't know. I think you need to slow down and take care of your responsibilities. Really tune into what's true for you, okay? You need to listen to your intuition. It may be telling you to take a break from dating for right now. Focus on, again, the business that pays you, okay? Your future plans and goals, where you're trying to go with that. I also want to say too, I think that you already, if you're really honest with yourself, already know the kind of person that you want to be with. And this is somebody who you feel emotionally safe with, okay? Water energy, again, you could definitely have water in your chart. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio here. Maybe moon in your moons. But that's important for you to feel emotionally safe. And if somebody isn't giving you that, don't even do it. You already know. Focus on work right now. Take a little break until you really and slow down. If I'm not saying don't deal with this person at all, but don't make this your focus, and take the time that you need to really examine, like, why do I feel guarded around this person? Why am I feeling a little bit nervous or uncomfortable around them? What is it that I need to know about this? Like, am I feeling emotionally safe here or not? Like, right? When somebody starts, when you'll know when the feelings are mutual, I feel, Leo, okay? When they're showing you consistency, when You know, they're giving to you, like they're sharing themselves with you. They're opening up to you just as much as you're opening up to them. If you open up to somebody and then they start to shut down, that's not good, right? And I don't mean oversharing. I just mean like regular sharing, right? If somebody is struggling with being emotionally vulnerable or open or honest or authentic, like be careful about that. It could be also too, like spiritually, maybe you're not on the same page, you don't believe the same things. But right now, focus on your work and responsibilities. If you need to take a break from dating, do it. I think get really clear on what it is that you really need going forward. And if you want to pursue this, just take your time. Take your time. Be slow with it. Okay. All right. That's what I got for Leo. Roar. If you want to book a personal reading, get clarity on your specific situation, go to mytaropist.com. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. Thank you so much. Aha! Masking off. I knew somebody was like, I'm like, this feels like somebody just being nosy, but they don't really have nothing going on. That's you. Okay. You're working a lot. Sunny D, don't jump so high, Leo. Yeah, people pleasing. Yes, exactly. Sometimes people will do that. It's like, well, they like me. I guess I should entertain it. No, you don't have to. It's okay to say no. It's okay. If you're not feeling comfortable or safe or you're not into it, you can say no. It's okay. You're not responsible for everybody else's feelings, Leo. Some Leos are like that, man. It's a thing with Leos. I've noticed. Some of y'all, listen, you're not responsible for everybody else's feelings. I know you like to protect and provide and those sort of things, Leo, but like, listen, you're not responsible for everyone else's feelings. If they can't handle the truth, then that's a them problem, not a you problem. You have to take care of yourself first, and it looks like you need some rest. You've been working too hard, and you got to chill. You must chill, Leo. All right, let's go. You need some alone time, Leo. I'm serious. You needed some alone time on that reading. Hello. Every alone time card came out for you. All right, Virgo. Let's go, Virgo. Let's go. And then I actually have to take a little bathroom break. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Okay, but let's do Virgo first. I didn't want to have to do that, but I do have to do it. Okay, Virgo. One, I'm only human. Like I said, we're all only human. All right. Voigo. Hey, Voigo. Hey. All right. This reading is inspired by the film Obsession, but you don't have to have watched it. Basically, what we're doing is we're taking a look at the attraction that's showing up for your life, in your life, not the relationship. This is like someone that you are feeling attracted towards, or they're feeling attraction towards you, or maybe it's a mutual attraction. But before you go any further, before you take action on the attraction, Voigo, let's take a look at, is there potential here for real love? Real love, you know? I'm searching for a real love. Or is this a situation where limerence is showing up? Or is this a situation where we are in danger of going into full-blown obsession? So we can check ourselves before we wreck ourselves. Okay, let's go. Because we all been there, done that. Got the t-shirt. A lot of us, most of us have anyways. All right, Virgo. Let's see what's happening here, Virgo. I'm only human. All right, Virgo. I saw a really funny, I forget. I don't know. There's all these like millennial nostalgia accounts now on like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever, you know. And it was one of those, and it was like, you know, she's a mom now, and she's like talking. Her kids are like stalking their crushes on social media or something, and she's like, back in my day, we used to like stalk in person. We used to do the drive-by or whatever. We used to go show up at their job, at their house, at their, you know, the school and see where they were, whatever. Oh man. Anyways, okay. I butchered that, but it was really funny. You had to see it. If you know, you know. But anyway. And it's like, it's true. It didn't used to be like, it used to be very normal to do a drive-by or like, you know, on your bike. Are they home? Is their car in the driveway? Is their bike over at, you know, Tommy's house? Whatever. Oh man. Okay. Anyways, Virgo. Maybe you did that, Virgo. I don't know. All right, let's go, Virgo. VIRGO, Virgo. Whoa. Ooh, ouch. Ouch. Ouch, Virgo. I mean, this is giving me somebody who is, whether this is you or this is this other person, but it's like somebody has cut somebody off here. It's like somebody's dealing with feelings of rejection. We have the 5 of discs. Okay. We have 5 of cups. And we have the Queen of Swords. So it could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Only take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Sorry, it's not quick with the coming into focus there. So yeah, it's like, it's giving that this could be some residual feelings maybe towards an ex. Someone's having a really hard time letting go, whether this is you or them. Still holding on to it. I don't like this because this could be like maybe someone's still obsessed over an ex or past person, either you or them. And by the way, I didn't show you this even, but on the bottom of the deck is the 6 of cups. So yeah, it's like someone is having a really hard time letting go of the past. That 6 of cups energy is coming with the 9 of cups energy. So this is giving to me that somebody in the past had built up so much of a like fantasy in their own mind of, you know, either they projected onto somebody their own feelings, their own sense of can be like this energy of what's missing inside of me, like that 10th cup. I just need that 10th cup. I'm feeling a deficit. There's something here that I like. I need you to meet my need, my emotional need, right? It could be that. It could be, again, like somebody had a fantasy or projected their own like desire onto somebody else or wanted somebody else to fill, again, a void of like an emotional need or desire or something that they felt or would make them feel fulfilled, right? So whatever's going on here, it's like somebody's having a really, really hard time of like letting that go. Now, for some of you, this may not have ever been, only take this if it resonates, do watch your other placements if it doesn't, but for whoever this is for, I have Scorpionic energy, I have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. Whoever this is for, I feel like never got out of like a friendship level with this other person. It like either you knew each other socially, you knew each other through mutual friends, or you were friends and maybe you just hung out on a social level. I don't feel like this was like ever an actual like full-blown relationship. But it's like someone took whatever those encounters were that you had in terms of like friendly encounters, social gatherings and outings, whatever. Even if you were like colleagues or coworkers with the Prince of Discs who like maybe went out occasionally socially or were friendly at work with each other, whatever the situation was. Again, it's like somebody never really, it never got past someone's like, again, projected fantasy or desire. So it does look like there was rejection, though, obviously, with the Queen of Swords, the 5 of Cups, the 5 of Discs. Someone did finally maybe say, like, no, we're just colleagues. No, we're just friends. Or no, I'm not really interested in you and more than whatever. Someone's having a really hard time letting it go. So it's giving very strong limerence on this one, y'all. because of that sort of fantasy element and it really never moving past more than that. There's like definitely clearly some kind of a history there or here. At best, if this is new, it's like someone who's on a rebound, who is feeling a void and they want to fill that void with something new. Either which way, it's not a good look. So I'm going to say, I would call this again limerence. I would say it's, you know, to me, from what I'm seeing, not worth pursuing. Definitely needing to let go of the past, let go of this, and move forward towards new opportunities. The 5 of Cups. Let's see. And this is the kind of energy that, again, if that Queen of Swords was in reverse, I'd be like, oh no, this is obsession fully, right? She came out in the upright. So this is someone having a hard time shaking it. If you can't shake this and you can't move past this, that can veer into obsessive territory. So be careful with that. What's the advice? That's sushi. Advice for you. Oh, one more card. Advice for you, Virgo. Even though I try, I can't let go. Oof. Good Lord. Be really careful because, yeah, this is starting to get to an obsessive level. I'm not going to lie. So be super careful. Okay. Someone got really caught up in a sweet, sweet fantasy. Saw what they wanted to see. I don't like it. I'm not liking it. It may have started as like a secret crush or desire that someone gave a little too much mental energy to. So I'd say focus on doing you, boo. 6 of Wands. I'd say, hold on. You got to get out of your head. But I think if this is you, this could be the other person who's in this energy, right? Take it as it resonates because we're not splitting the energies. If you want to do that, do book a clarity session. I can do a full you versus them spread. But I'd say, yeah, start investing in yourself. Do something good for yourself. I don't know why this is the advice, but this is the advice. In fact, I was going to say like doing something physical to yourself, like changing your look or your appearance. That's something that makes you feel good. Like just buying yourself like a new dress, a new pair of shoes, a new tie, a new, hairdo, whatever. Buying yourself the ticket to go on that trip. Okay, whatever. Cancer energy there, Gemini energy here. You got somebody new that's coming, I feel, too, Virgo. I do feel like you've got another possible potential love connection here. So I'd say don't give to this anymore. Start giving to yourself. And in the process of you investing in yourself, especially if it's tied to like an increased and enhanced sense of self-worth, enhancing yourself physically, there's something here around that I think is going to start attracting better success and love. So like, for example, if you're the one that's feeling down in the dumps and you've been in this energy, boo, if this is you, like the way to get out of that is to start feeding yourself in a healthy way, right? Start investing in yourself in a healthy way. Like, we get depressed and we sit on the couch and for me lately, it's like crackers and cheese is my go-to snack right now. I'm on a cheese and crackers kick. Snacks, the snack du jour like rotates, right? Also, I'm going to be real with you. I like the Biscoff cookies. I'm not a sweet tooth person, but this week I got myself a pack of Biscoff cookies with like the chocolate cream center. Anyways, they're really good. They're like Oreos, but with Biscoff. It's so good. Oh my God. Anyways, shut up, Jessica. But there's healthier ways to treat yourself than buying yourself cookies. But sometimes we need the cookies. I'm not saying that's bad, but I'm saying like find some really good, healthy ways to like, you know, get out of this energy, boo. If you do need to like have a change of scenery or something like that, but take the reins back in your hands, boo. Okay. This is like victim energy. You don't want to be victim. You're the victor. 6 of Wands, success. And I feel like that's going to snap you back out of it. And it's going to start attracting some like really, really good love into your life, a good connection, something really hot and steamy too. So yeah. And if this is somebody else who's acting this way towards you, boo, same thing. Just be like, nope, done. I'm moving on. On to the next one. I'm not engaging with that anymore. All the good energy I'm giving back into myself, right? Oh, Lord. All right. We're going to move on from Virgo, but yes, Virgo, that's a no-no. All right. Libra. So up next, we got Libra, Scorpio, Sag, Cap, Aquarius, and Pisces. We're like halfway through. And I need to take a quick little break. I will be right back, you guys. I just been sipping my beverage, and what goes in must come out. So I'll be right back, you guys. Don't go anywhere. Chat amongst yourselves in the chat. If you are watching live and you haven't hit the thumbs up yet, please do. Okay. I will return momentarily. Thank you for your patience. All right. I'm searching for a real love. So yeah, these are the Biscoff cookies. Oh my God, I'm obsessed. And I'm not a sugar person really. I have a salty tooth, not a sweet tooth, but they have them with either like the white cream in the middle or chocolate cream in the middle. I think I actually prefer the white cream, but they're so yummy. That's so good. Hold on. Obsessed. Speaking of obsession. Okay. Let's go, Libra. Are you guys ready? I'm going to get into it. All right. We're talking about, is it limerence? Is it love? Is it obsession? This is inspired by the film Obsession, which is a great depiction of a limerence situation turned into an obsession. But for you, Libra, let's check into this. This is based on the attraction that someone is experiencing towards you or feeling towards you, or that you're feeling towards them, or again, if it's mutual. You take it as it resonates in your specific situation. If you want to dive a little deeper into the differentiation between limerence, love, and obsession, scroll back to the beginning. I gave a little sneak peek into a blog post that I am working on right now that will go on mytaropist.com. But for now, let's get into your cards. So Libra, starting you off at 143 approximately. But Libra, this is for you, boo. Let's take a look at this connection. Or this attraction, really. Is there potential for love here, or is it something else? All right, Libra. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. Do watch for all your placements. Hit that thumb. Thank you so much. All right, first we're just going to get some cards to get the general energy of this attraction. I keep calling it connection, but really we're focusing more just on attraction. You don't even have to have a real connection or relationship with this person. It's just where the attraction resides. If it's one-sided, if it's mutual, either which way. This is for you, Libra. This is for Libra. Libra, Libra. What do we need to know about this attraction with Libra? I'm hearing the Haley Stein. I think it's Haley or Haley Steinfeld. Hello, Jessica. Song. It goes, I love me. I love myself and I don't need anybody else. I love me. So maybe you're like really loving yourself, boo. Oh my goodness. Your cards are cuckoo bananas, Libra. Lord have mercy. Oh no. This is giving. Oh my God. I don't like this energy. I'm sorry, boo. I'm sorry. I don't like the energy, Libra. I don't. This is giving obsession to me already. So on the bottom of the deck, Libra, you have 7 of Cups and the 8 of Swords. This is like someone who is trapped in the fantasy. Okay. This is someone who is like cannot break free from the fantasy world that they have created, you know, in their mind. Someone who is really lost in the sauce. A lot of illusion that's been built up here, and someone is having a difficult time breaking free from. But then we go to the Libra, boo. Listen, boo. Tell Jess what's going on. What is going on? Then we have the 10 of Swords and the 5 of Swords, boo. So we got this like somebody's bubble was burst, man. Someone's bubble was burst big time. But despite the fact that the bubble was burst, we're ending with this 9 of Cups energy. So we're going to this like, who is this, my friend? It looks like somebody new. Somebody new. You got Earth energy here, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Leo energy. Could be Aries energy. This is somebody, yeah, this is a kind of person that definitely leaps before they look. Like they get caught up real quickly, and it's like this person immediately, this attraction goes to, okay, I've created and invented this entire fantasy in my head, and I can't break free from it. But something did burst the bubble. So whether that was an argument or disagreement, it could be something like with an energy like this, it can be something so simple as just like revealing that you fart, and sometimes those farts do not smell very good. Like, you know, and somebody being like, oh my God, my princess, my prince that, like, you know, only farts roses, and, you know, and angels come flying out their booty, is like, now I smell a rotten egg. Like, how dare they? How dare they, right? Pop that bubble. So it could be something like that. It could be like a misunderstanding. It can be somebody said something a way as like, oh, I would never say that word. I would never talk like that, or I would never watch that movie or read that book or whatever, you know. It could be something so silly. I don't watch this at all, but, you know, it was a short or something that popped up on my thing when I had logged into like YouTube or whatever, right? And it's this show. I don't know, you guys. I don't watch. It's something like, is it called not Pop the Bubble, but Pop the Balloon or something? It's like a dating thing, and I don't know if it's like on a YouTube channel or where it originates from. But there was it was this guy this girl, like, she said she was a beautiful woman. She seemed like she's got her stuff together. She was well educated. She had a great career. She seemed very emotionally stable, very grounded, very like great person, like seemed great. I would be her friend. I would hang out with her. And this like, you know, she seemed like she had a healthy idea of what she was looking for and wanted in a relationship, and what she brought to the table, and what kind of relationship she wanted. Like, she knew herself well. Like, you could tell she'd done the work on herself. And one of the things she mentioned is that she did yoga, and she was a yoga, and I don't remember if she said she was a yoga instructor or she did yoga. But anyway, one of the guys popped the balloon, and he was like, went off on her over yoga, and he was very dogmatic in his religious beliefs and why he felt like yoga was evil and bad. To each their own. And I've heard it before regarding yoga, and I understand, because yoga is not just an exercise, it is a spiritual practice, and I get it. But he went really in on her, and I'm like, you don't even know her, you just met her. But I mean, it can be something as simple. It was a lot of projection, and I'm like, it sounds like that's a you issue. Like, you're dealing with some stuff, right? You got to have these black and white rules and whatever. So my point is that for you, my Librans, it does feel like whoever this individual is, it could have been something as simple as like saying, I do yoga, and they're like, oh no, yoga is of the devil. You know what I'm saying? It could be something so benign. So with this kind of individual, it's nothing you can really do about it. There's not really anything, like, I wouldn't entertain it, is my point. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't even go there and entertain it at all. If it was me, I'm gonna get advice for you though. But my thing is like, no, because this is somebody who is not there's nothing here that's founded and grounded in any kind of reality. They can heal from this, right? It's just a matter of, like I said at the beginning, like pacing things, filling in the gaps with the truth rather than the fantasy. And that just means taking time to really get to know somebody. But whatever's happened here, I feel like it's time to focus on self-love. I don't know if this person is still trying, whether that's you or them, or still, but I'm going to get the advice. Advice for Libra regarding this. Pop the balloon or find love. Is that what it's called? Okay. You see why so many people are single just from watching the show. It's yeah, honestly. There's this dating coach that I don't agree with 100% of what this dating coach says, but of all the dating coaches in all the world that I've ever heard, I very much align mostly with his values. But he says, like, you can't, because when I was growing up, it's like, make a list of all the things that you are looking for in another person, right? And look for somebody who fills the list. Oh my God. Okay. But the reality is, what's more important than finding someone who checks the boxes is seeing how someone shows up in a relationship. And I think too often people are looking for someone to check some particular boxes rather than staying open and curious about getting to know somebody. And vetting first and foremost, is this person ready for a relationship? Are they going to make a good partner? And people think like, oh, if they make a certain amount of money, they're a great partner. Oh, if they're a certain height, they're a great partner. If they look a certain way, if they weigh a certain amount, if they dress a certain way, if they live in this kind of place, or they grew up in no, those are not the things that make someone a good partner. But I think people really, cut themselves off from really great opportunities because they're not vetting properly. So as we are, I had it on top chat and not live chat. Sorry, y'all, if I missed anybody or anything that was important in there. But yeah, I feel like one of the things that I'm going to start doing as I'm back and I'm doing these love readings is I really want to focus more on helping us all guide ourselves towards healthy love and healthy connections and relationships. I think I always have, but I really want to prioritize that rather than, these kind of dopamine hit, quick fix kind of love readings. You know what I mean? But like, how can we explore and examine this a little bit deeper on a deeper level than just like, do they like you or not? Because there's nuance to be explored. Okay, anyways, what should you do, Libra? What should you do? What's your advice? LIBRA, Libra. Oh my God, Libra. Run for the hills, Libra. Run for the hills. Retreat, Libra. Okay? Come on, card. Retreat, literally. Retreat. 8 of Cups. Yeah, I know. That's a no, Libra. Don't invest in it. For some of you, no, don't invest in it. I'm just going to say no. I was going to say for some of you, this could be someone that you've known as a friend. And maybe they always had this sort of fantasy in their mind about you. That's a bear. That's a bear situation. So you want to know who's a bear, Libra? You got a bear. Don't do it. Don't be a Nikki. Bye. Get out of there. Retreat. All right. Whew. Start working on fulfilling your own emotional needs, okay? That's the advice I have for you with that 9 of Cups, 8 of Cups, okay? Leave and start working on fulfilling your own emotional needs. All right. I'm going to move on to Scorpio now. Scorpio. Zing a zing zing, sting a sting. Get your stingers out. You ready? I'm not usually one to eat on a live, my lord. I feel like Miss Hawaii or whatever. Isn't she the reader that's always snacking on her lives? Hey, listen, I have never done it, and I gotta say that maybe she's onto something. I'm not gonna make a habit of it because I'm not into that like mukbang or whatever you call it. So it grosses me out personally, but to hear mouth noises in real life or anywhere, just not into it. But I gotta say, listen, having a little nibble of my cookie is pretty delicious. I'm like, sorry. My cookie is pretty delicious. Wow, Jessica. Sorry, Scorpio. I hope this doesn't tell us what your reading is going to be like. All right. The reality of the connection. Let's look at this. Is this love? Is it limerence or potential for love? Because we're only looking at the attraction. So if you're actually in a relationship with somebody, this is not that reading. Okay. This is an attraction reading. Is there potential for this to move into mutual love? Is this limerence? Is this obsession? Getting myself into serious trouble. All right. SCORPIO, Scorpio. All right. What's going on here with this attraction? I get so weak in the knees, I can hardly speak, I lose all control. Something takes over me in a daze, love is so amazing. Well, this is interesting energy, man. You got a lot of major, well, not a lot. You have, you have 3 major arcana cards, man. Scorpio. You could be dealing, so you have, let me show you the cards. And then you got snacks too, Janet? All right, so you got perspective. I'm sorry. These are not, I'm just gonna, if they don't come into focus, they don't come into focus. It's wanting to focus on, I feel like this here. All right. You've got the lovers. Okay, sorry. You've got the Empress. And you've got the Prince of Discs. Slow and steady wins the race, Scorpio. I think, and then on the bottom of the deck, by the way, you have the, my nose has been itching a lot on these, the Queen of Wands. Oh, this is good. So I feel like someone is really, really taking time here. Oh, honey, Scorpio, this is good. I like this for you. I'm going to go right out and say that all out the gate. I mean, this looks like there's a lot of potential for love here. I think you found a really great match. In fact, what you have here underneath on the bottom, right? You have a perfect pair. So you've got the King and Queen of Wands. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Definitely mutual attraction. You have the Wheel of Fortune between them. Love it. Fixed energy. So Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo. You have Taurus energy here. You have Gemini energy here. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, if any of that means anything to you. But I love this for you, boo. It does look like you were kind of, divinely guided towards each other. I don't know who's sensing it. If this is mutual, this is giving mutual energy. But what I'm really enjoying about what I'm seeing is it looks like you are really taking time. Somebody here is really taking time to give this a lot of thought, this connection. Really taking time also to invest in the connection. Prince of Discs, the Empress. Okay. Someone is looking at the other person. And again, it could be mutual because you're both showing up here as King and Queen of Wands. These are people who hold themselves in very high regard and who are treated and sort of demand that kind of level of respect and admiration, who really go after what it is that they really want and desire. who are motivated to take action on their desires and their hopes and their dreams. So what I love though is that there's alignment that I'm seeing here in this connection. There's mutual attraction. There's possibly shared values. I feel like you're also getting an energy here where you're like two like puzzle pieces coming together, right? You're making a whole. I mean, you're whole and complete in yourselves, but together you also are making a whole. So it's like, you know, that sort of like energy of like teamwork of, you know, we complement each other. We never complete somebody else and they don't complete us, but we complement each other very well, right? I love this energy. And it's like someone, as you're going through this and investing, again, holding each other in high regard, or someone holds you in high regard, or vice versa, there's also a lot of thought and care and consideration that's taken in this connection, right? There's a lot of like, I'm making a conscious choice. I'm consciously choosing you. I have gained a lot of wisdom and perspective. Maybe someone here from like past experiences, past relationships, life, right? Just in general. And so I'm making sure that as I go along, as I'm investing in this connection, I'm investing in you. We're investing in each other. I'm making an informed and conscious decision to choose you. It's not, there's no coercion here or any of that or manipulation. It's like, I feel the alignment. I feel like we're kind of guided towards each other, but I also want to take care that I'm doing my due diligence to invest and really, truly getting to know you, to understand you, to treat you with respect and value as your worth, and also to take time to make a conscious decision to choose you at the end of this. I love it. This is great. This is my favorite one so far, honestly, Scorpio. Well, what advice do we have for you? How should you proceed? This is someone who has learned from experience too. I feel like if connection doesn't last, if I don't nurture it, you know, I'm going to nurture it. And there's not like a rushed energy here too. Scorpio. Oh, what's the advice? What action should Scorpio take? Scorpio. Some of you may have a tendency towards jealousy. There may be an ex that's still kind of lingering around, whether that's your ex or their ex, okay? Because there's my Queen of Swords, and she was wanting to show up before. So whereas like you're the new person, possibly, potentially, or they are the new person, again, flip, switch, reverse it. There may have been a previous or prior commitment here to somebody else. And somebody here, whether that's them watching, the ex watching, whether it's your ex or their ex, or if that's you like watching or them watching, like whatever, somebody here, it has a tendency towards, I feel, jealousy or seeing competition. I'm gonna venture to say that for some of you, there may be this could be a poly situation. That's obviously not everybody. I have to say though, I have to make room for everybody because I know I do have some poly people in my collective. There's somebody here who I feel like is a little bit of a tendency towards jealousy. And if somebody here was established first, whether they're currently an ex or they're still in the picture, whatever the case is, maybe there's kids or something involved with the Empress, but be careful, be cautious of any energy around competition or jealousy here. So I'd say have conversations around that, be really clear, set firm boundaries, okay? If there is an ex that's still involved because of kids or other things going on, like just make sure that you're really clear on, okay, what are the boundaries here? And, you know, don't want to overstep, but also want to feel free to explore this connection as you should, because this is a good connection, like I said. So just be careful and be cautious around that. That's the only like real caveat I'm seeing. I say don't engage with anybody's ex. Don't go out there and like try to stake your claim or mark your territory, right? Don't do that. Don't engage, but ask the questions that you need to, get the information that you need to, and make sure that, you know, things are communicated with openness, honesty, respect. Okay. And that's what I have for you on that. But otherwise, it looks like a really great connection here. Okay. All right. If you want to dive deeper into your personal situation, I highly suggest the clarity reading on mytherapist.com. Also, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be sharing a blog post. Also, firstly, to my newsletter people, you can sign up for the newsletter on mytherapist.com. But I'm going to dive a lot deeper into this subject, into the topic of love versus limerence versus obsession on that post. All right. Sagittarius. Let me take another nibble of my cookie. My nose is itching, you guys. Ooh. All right, Saggies. Let's get you 2, 9, 15 Sagittarius. Hi, Saggies. Let's get into it for you. We're taking a look at a certain level of attraction that's happening. Whether you're attracted to somebody, they're attracted to you, or the feeling is mutual. So before you take the next step in investigating that attraction, as we talked about at the beginning of this, we are going to see what's the energy there in it. Is there potential there for healthy, loving connection, or is it limerence, or is it obsession? What snacks are you eating there, Janet? Sorry. Who else has snacks? Listen, share with the class. All right, let's get into it for you, Sagittarius. Nope, one more shuffle. Okay. You guys don't forget to hit the thumbs up, hype up after. Please leave comments after. It really does help. All those things help. And let's get into it. All right. Sagittarius, Sagittarius. Gosh, dang it. My nose is itching, man. All right, Saggy, what's up with this attraction? Whoa. Wow. There's a lot of really very strong masculine energy coming through here, Saggies. There you are on the bottom. Temperance. Very strong energy coming through. So you have the Emperor, Aries energy, Big Daddy. Okay. You have the Ace of Swords. You have the Princess of Swords. You have the Strength card, Leo energy. And you have the King of Discs. All right, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. So again, Aries, Leo in the major arcana, Saggy in the major arcana on the bottom. That's you. Lots of air energy. You have Leo, Aries, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay. I honestly feel like someone's a bit obsessed, but they're trying really hard to get their mind right. Like someone's aware of what's happening. Because I do feel like you're dealing with somebody who's generally a very logical, stable, reasonable sort of individual. Whether this is you or them, again, you guys are interpreting this intuitively in terms of if this is your attraction, if it's someone else's attraction, or if it's a mutual thing. We're not splitting the energies. If you want to do that, do book a personal reading with me, but preferably the clarity session for something like this. But for the purposes of this, I'm just reading the energy. You fit it as it applies to your situation, okay? So if I say you or them, you don't take it personally. If you're like, Jess, it's the other way, you apply it in the way that it makes sense for your situation, okay? I'm just reading the energy. So again, this is somebody who is grown, is mature, is generally stable, but for whatever reason, this attraction, which I feel is like a new thing, there could be an age difference here. It doesn't have to be. Could also be a long distance thing. It also doesn't have to be that at all. But this is somebody here who's like veering into obsessive energy. But they're trying to kind of temper that, to calm it down. They're like, oh, wait. I'm thinking about this person way too much. I've got this person on my mind way too much. Like I need to chill. I need to calm down. I need to pace myself. I need to slow down. So you've got someone here who I think is kind of battling themselves. They're battling their own minds. They're like, I can feel it. I can feel I'm getting a little too cuckoo bananas here. It's getting a little ding. It's getting a little too cuckoo bananas. All right. I need to chill. I need to try to control myself. I need to hold it in. I need to rein it in. Or reel it in, whatever. Like, yeah, this is what I feel is happening here. I don't want to say that this person has like there's something here that going on in their head. Okay, I'm just gonna put it to you like that. But what I do like is that whoever this is, they're very aware of this situation. And so again, I feel like they're trying to get themselves under control. So they're trying to prevent this from veering off the rails and becoming too much of a limerence, too much of a veering into obsession. So right now I'm what I'm getting more is like limerence that they're trying to control. I'm gonna have to get advice to see if there's potential for love, because I gotta say there's a lot of this, like there's a little bit too much of this sort of like controlling type of energy for me. Right now I feel like they're more trying to control themselves, but I'm cautious around, can that control also go towards other things or even people, right? So I feel like right now they really want to get to know you. There's a lot of curiosity there. So I like that part of it. That aspect is giving me, okay, there's potential here for something, because they're coming with this energy of curiosity. So although they feel themselves sort of maybe mentally obsessed, I feel like at the same time, I'm not getting like a level of like emotional obsession. You know what I mean? I'm not getting a lot of crazy fiery energy with this. I'm not getting like, oh, I'm going to go off there. I'm getting it's more up here. It's all kind of going on up here. But they also, I feel like, are going to take action and steps towards really getting to know you. Again, flip switch reverse if you need to. So there's a general like curiosity. Okay, hold on. I feel myself getting crazy. Before I fill in those gaps with fantasy, let me actually like get to know this person. Let me get the truth. Let me ground this in some kind of reality. So I like the fact that there is this like more grounded energy here with this person, a maturity with this person that I'm seeing, okay, with the Emperor and the King of Discs. So I like that aspect of it. So that gives me hope. But what action should you take, Sagittarius? What's the action that Saggy should take? Hey, Mojo Tarot. Ooh, cashews. Cashews is one of my favorite snacks, okay? I love cashews. That's like my favorite of all the nuts. So you're eating nuts and I'm eating cookies. Okay. Must be love on the brain. It's got me feeling this way. I love Rihanna. All right, let's go. Sagittarius. What's the advice? What should you do? What action should you take about this character? If this is you, same thing. What should you do? What should you do? Oh, God, yeah. All right, I don't know if y'all have not actually hung out yet, like for real, like gone on an actual date or explore this attraction in the real world. But that's what you got to do. You need to take this out of someone's head and into the real world. Like you need to see, is there compatibility? And you're only going to know that from spending time with them, being social with them, going on some dates, like, getting to know each other a little bit better in like a fun way. Because God, what's lacking is fun. Some levity. Bring some levity to this. Someone's got to get out of their head and into the real world, Give them some. Sometimes my brain wants to speak Portuguese to y'all, and it's annoying. Give them some kombucha. Go out and like, you know what I'm saying? Have them loosen up. I'm just saying, like, you need to go have some fun together. See if there's mutual vibes. See if the energy is good. Because right now, there's too much ambiguity with this connection. And with this amount of ambiguity, it's just going to continue to have someone feeling anxious. And this is, again, going back into Limerence land with this energy here. We don't want that. So take it into the real world. Ask them out or whatever. Have them ask you out or make yourself approachable so they do so. Whatever's going on, suggest it. Have someone follow through. You need to get out and have fun together and see if there's actual like compatibility on an emotional level, beyond an intellectual level, beyond a like looks good on paper kind of level. You need to really gauge that and see. If you can't play together and have fun together and laugh together and, really enjoy each other's company and build a foundation of friendship and again find if there's like emotional compatibility, you got to do that first. So right now this has got to get out of this energy of like there's way too much ambiguity, there's way too much like thinking and not speaking. So somebody's got to make a move. Someone's got to put on their big girl big boy panties and actually ask the questions, get the clarity. Whatever's confusing, like take charge of this, you or them. Who I don't care who it is, just somebody's got to do it. Because I don't like that there's this amount of level of ambiguity and obsessive thinking and stress over what is not clear. There needs to be some clarity. But beyond that, just like have fun. It's too serious. I don't know why you're the energy on yours was way too serious, Sagittarius, for a Sagittarius. Oh Lord, whatever you guys are not talking about, like start talking. Start talking about it. If somebody is scared to bring certain things up or to be vulnerable, like you gotta be able to do that, or else it's not gonna work too. Okay. All right. That's what I got for you, Sagittarius. Gemini was at 50 minutes in. All right. Capricorn. Let's get it for you. I'll take my last bite of cookie. Yum. Okay. I'm just vibing, you guys. Chill. It's all good. Listen, we're not going to start doing eating stuff on here. But man, cookie was yummy. Okay. Capricorn. It was so yummy. All right. Capricorn. Hey, boo. Hey. It's me, Jess. Welcome to your reading. Yay. This is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. Please watch for all your placements, y'all. You want to cross watch, that's cool too. Remember, as I'm doing this reading, I'm not separating the energy. It's the energy of the attraction, whether that's your attraction towards them, theirs towards you, or the mutual attraction between the two of you. You do your part and put the energy where it fits in your situation, right? I'm just reading the overall energy. So if I say you, they, apply it as you will, okay, to your particular attraction. This is not for relationships. So if you're already in a relationship with somebody, this isn't necessarily the reading for that. But if there's somebody new you're interested in, this is the reading for that. So we're going to take a look at if there is potential for a love connection based on mutuality, respect, trust, all the good stuff that we look for, consistency in a connection. If there's limerence, meaning we're filling in those gaps with fantasy, projection, obsession, or if it is full-blown obsession, which is not healthy. So let's get into it. We're going to see what's going on here. So what's actually happening between you and this individual? What's actually happening in this connection between you and this other person? Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. What's actually happening? Why am I hearing connect the dots? La 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 la. Connect the dots. La 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 la. Maybe you're trying to figure somebody out, trying to connect the dots, put all the pieces together. Some of y'all have been talking too much to other people about this person instead of actually spending time with them, or vice versa. Some of y'all have mutual friends, or there's like community you have in common, like you know some of the same people, whatever. You hang out in the same circles, you know each other through some club or class or work or somebody here has been, I think, talking a little bit to, like, is maybe a little shy, not in a bad way. I don't get like bad on this, but someone here may be a little bit shy, a little bit hesitant to open up. Maybe they've been hurt in the past, or they're coming off of a breakup or something like that. It doesn't have to be, or they're the new person in school or in town or at work or whatever, or you are, right? There's somebody here that I feel like is a little bit shy, a little bit quiet, a little bit hesitant to open up maybe, but so maybe it feels safer and more comfortable for them to kind of like ask around first and get some advice or get a read for this person. That, I mean, we all do that too sometimes. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not putting any judgment on that, just so you know. There's no judgment on it. So you have the Prince of Discs. You have the Three of Cups. You have the Princess of Discs. Lots of Earth there. So maybe a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn person. They could have, well, you are, but maybe they also have that in their chart. You have the Four of Swords on the bottom, or not on the bottom, but the Four of Swords. On the bottom, you have the High Priestess. So Piscean energy. The Four of Discs to the Six of Swords, right, to that High Priestess. So yeah, in perspective, in the Queen of Swords. So this is another situation where, again, I feel like somebody is more in their head and thinking about this than they are actually doing anything about it. Now, somebody though, I mean, there is an energy here of like maybe you have gone on a date or you started dating, so that is a potential, or someone needs to get out of their shell and to stop being so shy and holding back, and make a move, ask somebody out. Like, hey, you want to go out? So again, this is a lot similar, different energy, very different energy, but there's some similarities to the Sagittarius reading in that it needs to come out of the head and into reality. So somebody needs to take action on this. Somebody needs to make a move, to ask somebody out. Somebody here is kind of hesitant or slow to do that, slow to come out of their shell, slow to feel comfortable. Like I said earlier, pay attention to how your body is around this person. If if you are struggling to feel really comfortable or safe around them, or you are feeling like really shy, you should be able to be yourself around somebody. If you're building a real good, healthy, solid connection with someone, you should be able to feel comfortable just being yourself. And there should be an emotionally safe environment for you to be authentic, to be real, and to have fun and to let loose, and like, you know what I mean? So hopefully that's not your situation. Hopefully you're not feeling like timid around them. I mean, obviously, when we like someone, we're not sure how they feel about us. There's a little bit of that, like, obviously. But for the most part, if you're already hanging out with this person and you are really struggling to come out of your shell, I don't know. Think about that. Think about that. If they are struggling to come out of their shell around you, think about that. Think about that. Okay. But I see, like, right now, to be honest, mostly what I'm getting is an energy of like, this has potential for a friendship. This has potential to be maybe even a good friend. Somebody who is reliable, who knows how to show up, someone who is able to invest in a. Sorry, the little foster cat she's like making the sound of like she wants to. There's a hairball that wants to come out, but she's like sleeping. So it's like she's hacking up a hairball in her sleep. It's very weird. Oh, she woke herself up now. I hope she does not cough that hairball up on my couch. That would make me very upset. Anyway, what I'm seeing for you, Boo, is there's like a really great energy of like, we can have fun together. We can go on vacation together. We can kick it together. We can be good friends. Am I seeing like potential for love? I think if there is someone, you guys got to get more comfortable being around each other and just kind of having fun together. And I think it would start on a foundation of friendship and then build from there. I see good potential for that if you both invest in it. Okay. I'm not sure, just from what I'm seeing, if this is like one-sided or if this is mutual, but I think if the two of you guys can like really work on building a good foundation of friendship, make some fun memories, hang out together, I could see it possibly going to something more than that. So let's see. What action should you take, Capricorn, on this? What action should Capricorn take on this attraction? Which action should you take on this attraction? Let's see. Capricorn. And I'm going to put timestamps up after, you guys. So don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Yeah, so, well, let me tell you about what I'm seeing. Someone here I feel like is maybe still healing from something, possibly. I don't think it's time to get into anything like serious romantic right now. You may need to just take a break from like dating to like focus on, healing, recovery. You had the Six of Swords, now you have the Star. In the major arcana, the Star comes after the Tower. So in the progression of the Fool's journey, the Tower moment happens, then the Star happens, which is the deep healing before the rebuilding, right? So it's reassessing, reaffirming like your goals, your intentions, where you're headed in life, your purpose, your calling, but also it's deep level of healing after an abrupt event, experience, whatever that's caused your life to go cuckoo bananas. So there's a situation here where I feel like keep it light and casual, keep it fun. I think new love is coming, And it could be this. I'm not saying that it's not this, but what I am saying is I feel like you're either going through a transformative experience in your life, you maybe are rebuilding or healing after some kind of an event or a situation or truth that was revealed. And so there's a need, I think, for you to take some time to really focus and not focus, but prioritize first and foremost, like your healing, your recovery, your rest, right? But I do think too that there's something here that has potential, right? But it needs to kind of start small, slow, hang out with maybe a group of friends, do that kind of thing. Go to like, trivia night or karaoke night with some people, invite them along or whatever. Like, go to a festa if you're here on my island. Invite them along to join you with your friends or family or whatever. Like, do something cool, light, fun like that. Go on a hike with your dogs or whatever. Don't put pressure on this and don't overthink it. Let it unfold and develop naturally. No coercion, baby steps, getting yourself back out there, especially if you have gone through some kind of transformation or transition in your life or an abrupt ending or something like that. Just baby steps, take your time. And but I think this definitely has potential, boo. But it's more like take it slow and build on a foundation of friendship, There's no rush here in this process. And I think it actually could be something really beautiful if you take your time with it, okay? Cool. Next is Aquarius. How is everybody? Aquarius, let's go. I'm going to shuffle it a couple of times here. I'm going to do a quick cleanse on the deck real fast. You guys don't forget to hype up this video after the live. Drop a comment. Let me know. Whoa. If for you, ashes, we all fall down. For you, this was a attraction from your side, from somebody else, a mutual attraction. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. We'd love to have you be a part of the My Taropist channel. We're back. We're going to be doing more content for you. I'm going to be doing questions on Sunday as my fundraiser for Mr. Bojangles' ongoing veterinary care. So I've seen him yesterday and today is a little bit of got a little bit more pep in his step. He's got a lot of serious stuff going on, but I am seeing that he is I don't even know how to explain. At least he's not just like hiding all day and moping. There's like moments of where he seems like, content, and that's nice. Okay. Still in a lot of pain and all that, but we're day by day. Anyway, so that's going to be Sunday. And so we'll hang out. We'll take some questions. I'm going to be posting that a little bit later, either today or tomorrow. So you guys can pre-book. It'll be via Hipsy. And so, yeah. So we're not doing questions on this one. We're just going to finish the signs, but I'll have timestamps after. Okay, Aquarius. Hi Aquarius, it's me, Jess. Welcome to your reading. So this is a reading that's inspired by the film Obsession. If you haven't seen it, it's okay. You don't have to have seen it. But what we're basically taking a look at is an attraction that either you are feeling towards somebody else, they may be feeling towards you, or it may be a mutual attraction. You go ahead and put the energy where you will in your particular situation. Do watch for your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, your north node. You can watch also for the other person. But what we want to just explore is that attraction, is it a foundation for something that could be a mutual loving connection? Or is it potentially limerence that you're dealing with? Or could it be full-blown obsession? So if you missed the beginning, scroll back to the very beginning where I shared some of a section of a blog post that I'm working on, right? That's going to be going up on mytaropist.com, where I dive a lot deeper into the differentiation between those three. And also give you some like things to look for and ways to approach your dating life that could help lead you in the direction towards a healthier romantic connection and avoid the pitfalls of limerence and obsession. Okay. So we're going to explore this connection. I'm reading the general energy of it, of the attraction, I should say, not a connection necessarily yet, of the attraction. So you apply it as you will in your own situation. And we're going to go from there. So this is for Aquarius. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. Aquarius. Let's get it for you, my friends. AQUARIUS, Aquarius. Okay. Well, out the gate, that's funny. Okay, so out of immediately, I will say this does look like it's a mutual attraction. Whether you realize that or not, that's remains to be seen, right? But I do see that there is definitely a mutual attraction between the two of you. There is a little caveat here, so I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into what that is. But let me show you your cards, my friends. My friends, you got the 6 of Pentacles. Okay. And sorry if these don't immediately come into focus. I'm not going to dwell on it too much. The 3 of Wands. The 7 of Swords. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay, hold on. The Ace of Cups. Okay, beautiful. Love it. Love to see it. Love to see this. The 2 of Cups also. On the bottom of the deck, you have the 2 of Wands and the 10 of Discs. Interesting. The High Priestess is there. Okay, yeah, I see what's going on. So, okay, it's a little bit of kind of a mixed bag. So I love this one. It's interesting. So what's going on is, yes, you do have a mutual connection or mutual attraction. Let me say that. There's a mutual attraction going on here. Okay. So the feelings are mutual. The vibe is mutual. The attraction definitely reciprocated. This feels new. So if this is something that you've been dealing with a long time, this may not be your situation, but it does feel fairly new. Now, what the caveat that I'm getting here is where we're starting to veer a little bit more in like limerence land beyond what I'm seeing as like potential, yes, for a long-term, possibly committed relationship. Is there's one of two things is going on. Either one, someone is questioning or wondering, like, are we on the same page when it comes to our future? That's pretty strong here. Do we have the same vision and purpose in mind when it comes to what you either want in a relationship, what that looks like to each of you, what you want your future to look like? You know, say one person's like, oh, I gotta live in Miami, and somebody's like, oh no, I want to like travel the world and be nomadic. I don't want to like put roots anywhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? So whether it's an alignment of values, or like, again, where you envision your future, what your long-term goals are, there may be some question or doubt around that. With the 7 of Swords, it could even be that somebody is like possibly projecting a little bit their own like dreams, goals, values, vision for the future onto this connection, especially if it's new. So there is a little bit of that energy of like, yeah, somebody here could be potentially filling in the gaps with fantasy. So there's a need to kind of, I think, rein that in. And that will come with what I'm not seeing a lot of is sword energy. So more conversations, more curiosity about getting to know each other. Right now, there's a lot, the mental energy is where the clarity is lacking, and there's clarity lacking here for someone, right? So where they're not seeing that truth, where there isn't clarity, that sword, right? Where that clarity is lacking, they could be filling in the gaps with like their own perceived fantasy or vision of where this could go and head. So that's the only thing. And that's not uncommon in the beginning of, in the early attraction stages. It's just like, again, and this is part of why we're doing this, is like to look at that when that there's that tendency and they go, oh, wait a second. I see myself starting to go there. Let's have some more conversations. Let's actually see what this person does want. What do they envision for their future? Do they like to travel? Because I want to do that. Or do they want to just be home all the time? Because that's not how I envision my future. Whatever. I'm filling in the, I'm adding to this with something, but you put it, you add in whatever fits for your particular situation. With a 6 of cups, or I'm sorry, 6 of discs here, I do see that there's potential for you guys to both equally invest in this. I do see like there being a nice rhythm here in terms of we're both giving to this, we're both investing in a potential future here together. So I see there being like opportunity for this to grow as you both nurture it. But I do say, I feel like what I am seeing there needs to be is more conversation, less sort of like assuming or filling in what's missing, what's not totally clear with somebody's fantasy or their own projected reality, or like what they own, their own vision for the future, what they want, and just assuming that the other person is feeling the same, right? So, but other than that, I really, really like this. I'm hoping that this doesn't mean someone is emotionally manipulative with the Ace of Cups, the Seven of Swords, but I don't think so. I mean, I think it's good. I think they're just, what I need to see is more where there's ambiguity. Let's create clarity through conversation. So let's see what the advice is for you, Aquarius. What's the advice, or what's the next step that Aquarius needs to take? AQUARIUS, Aquarius. What's the advice or next step Aquarius needs to take? Someone here could have Scorpio in their chart. Hold on one second, boo. Hold on one second. Could also be another water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Yeah, I'm going to say again, get really, really clear on, you need to have a conversation about like, what are your intentions here? Like, what are you looking for right now? Not saying what are your intentions here. That's like premature, but what are you looking for right now? Don't expect someone to be sure about you when you're just like just getting to know them. But like, what are you looking for right now? Like, what are you looking for? Are you looking for a long-term partner? Are you looking for a fling? Are you looking for someone to just like go to happy hour with? Or are you looking for someone to go hiking with? Or you need a tennis partner? Like, what are you looking for? What are you looking for? I think that's okay to ask. I think that's healthy to ask. Because my only concern here is that someone isn't because I am starting to see a little bit of somebody maybe being a little bit emotionally manipulative, or maybe trying to coerce somebody into kind of fulfilling a particular need, fantasy, desire that they have. Okay. So just be a little bit careful with that. And I also see someone here that could have other options, whether that's you or them. So I feel like don't let anyone rush you into something. This is a situation that could change. It could be that someone here is also changing themselves, like is evolving and changing. So I think like I'm not saying I'm saying this is definitely potential for love, but it could also veer into limerence if we're not careful. And what needs to happen is clarity around what someone's really looking for, like clarity around, are we on the same page in terms of what we want in a connection right now? Because again, I feel like someone is going through some kind of an internal transformation, change, growth. And also someone here's feelings could be mercurial. Like someone here, from what I'm seeing, like their feelings could shift and change a lot. Like, oh, you're the flavor of the month right now, but tomorrow I like this person more. So I say just be clear on it. It definitely has a lot of potential, but I think it needs to be grounded in something here beyond what I'm seeing is a lot of water. And water is mercurial. Water changes shape and form. And you may feel one way one day and the next day you feel a different way, right? Feelings shift and change and ebb and flow. So there needs to be something more substantive for this to really, really grow. And it's there, but you have to like both put in that effort and work towards that. And I think that's going to start with like, first, let's clarify what's going on. But somebody here really, really likes the other person. Like there's a lot of, I really, really like you. Like I like you a lot. There's a little bit of maybe love bombing. Again, like I said, there's a little bit of some limerence action. So be careful about that. Someone who may be a little daydreamy. So be a little careful about that. Someone could be a little bit emotionally manipulative. So be careful about that. But do I see also a lot of potential? Yes, I do. I really do. So take your time and yeah, get some clarity. All right, boo. That's what I have for you, Aquarius. Scorpio energy here. Lots of water. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Mostly water. Mostly water. And also some fire. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay. Queen of Wands is here. I saw Libra there too under. All right. Last but not least, my Pisces people. It's been a quiet chat today, y'all. Y'all been quiet. I know y'all working. I know y'all work. But blessings to you all on this day, this lovely day. It is Friday. Yay. It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. Y'all made it to the freaking weekend. I hope you guys have the best weekend. If you're already there, for my folks who are already in Saturday land, then I hope you're enjoying the weekend. I'm hoping to do something nice, fun tomorrow, maybe. Hopefully. But y'all enjoy yourselves. And thanks for showing up here. If you're listening while you work, I so appreciate you. If you've jumped into the chat, I really appreciate you too. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. All right, make sure your notifications are on. I really need the extra love right now because my long step away from the channel means that YouTube is testing out with my subscribers, an initial core audience first, to see if you guys are like, do you still like Jess? Are you glad she's back or like not? So the more you watch, the longer you watch, the more you like, the more you comment, hype, all that stuff, it tells YouTube, yes, we still like Jess, we still like her, and then it'll be like, oh, okay, maybe other people will like her too. So help a sister out. I could really use it. Just show some love. And thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate it. So Pisces people, let's get it. Thanks, Nibby Me. Thanks, Jojo. All right, Pisces. Last but not least for you, boo. Pisces people. Hey, Pisces. This is a brand new pen. Don't crap out on me. There we go. All right, my fishy friends. Swimmy, swim, swim. Get your fins out. All right, Pisces. We're taking a look at the attraction that either you're feeling towards someone, they may be feeling towards you, or it could be a mutual attraction. So before you take action on that attraction, is there potential for love here? Is this a limerence situation, or has it veered even to obsession? Let's find out. Let's find out. So first, we're just going to take a look at the overall energy here of this attraction. You apply it as you will in your own situation. You know what's going on there. Okay, so, and then we're going to call it for love, limerence, or obsession, and we're going to give you some advice, okay? Remember, anything I say, even when I use psychology speak, okay, is not a diagnosis. So keep that in mind. If you want to book a personal reading and go more in depth where I actually will separate the energies and see what's theirs, what's yours, etc., then you can book a personal reading on mytaropist.com. I suggest the clarity reading for that because then I can do a full you versus them spread. All right, Pisces. Pisces, Pisces. What is going on here in this attraction? Oof. Someone's waving the white flag. Like, I don't know. Someone maybe got tired of waiting. Someone is dealing with too much right now in their life. Like, too much is going on. You're dealing with somebody here who could also be lacking stability. Okay. I don't know if this is you or them, but you tell me, Pisces people, but I feel like somebody here is like, I don't want to invest in this. I don't want to invest in this right now. The Prince of Discs reversed, the 10 of Swords, the 6 of Discs, right? And then Temperance. So I don't know if it's like somebody like taking too long to like take action on this. Somebody... Lord. Pisces, what's going on? You got Sagittarius energy. You have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. I mean, this is ending with this energy of I give up. I'm done. Like I'm done. I've tried. I've been giving to this. Maybe it's feeling one-sided for somebody, like they're shouldering all the responsibility, or it's something. But it's giving that somebody here just doesn't want to invest in this anymore. You're the first one where I need to clarify what's going on with this 10 of Swords. It's giving a little bit of like an impatient sort of person. Like, I don't like necessarily the energy. I'm just going to be real. Watch your other placements, Pisces, if this isn't resonating for you, boo. Particularly watch your Venus. If you know this person's sign, watch their sign. Because maybe it's showing up for you when they're reading. But kind of there's something here that feels imbalanced to me, where somebody is the only one who's like giving and trying to make something work, and the other person is just like checked out. Do you know? There's something here, something milking clean, Pisces. For real, for real. But it's also giving to me like the person who's giving is like, I'm done. I don't want to give any more to this. It's giving almost impatient. Now, there's a couple of scenarios coming through here, but like, for example, one of you maybe has gone through, because the tower was there. So somebody here may have gone through like a tower moment, and it's like they're trying to pick up the pieces, tower to the 2 of Pentacles to the 10 of Wands. They've got a lot on their plate. There's a lot going on, and they're like, just have patience with me. Have patience. I'm trying to put, Humpty Dumpty fell. Got to put them back together again. Just have a little patience. All right. So it could be that. And somebody's like, no, I'm done. I'm tired of waiting, which gives more limerence, because that's sort of this like, a wanting to kind of manipulate or control the pacing of things. Like, it needs to be on my time. It needs to be my way or the highway. Right. And I need it now. It's like a lack of empathy in that energy of like, yeah, you say you're going through stuff, but I have needs too. And if you're not giving this to this, and do you know what I mean? Have you ever been in a situation like this where it's like, you tell someone like, I need a break, or I need some time, or I'm dealing with something, and it's like they keep pestering you or bombarding you. It's like, oh, well, you're going through something. Well, let me show up at your house with like, dinner. Oh, you're going through something. Oh, well, let me like, you know what I mean? It's like, no, dude, I'm saying like, stop. I'm saying I need a break. I'm not saying do more. I'm saying do less. So it's giving a little bit of that. Let me clarify the 10 of Swords. My way, or the highway. Aw, Jojo. Jess is likable, so hit the like button. Thanks. Thank you, Joe. All right. Tell me what's going on here. Now, this is a situation where it's very one-sided, and someone is not wanting to accept that they're not getting what they need back. That's a whole other thing. Yeah, someone here is feeling kind of, I don't know who this is. Someone's feeling kind of heartbroken. I'm getting a little bit of this kind of a person who's got like who's struggling to find like happiness and fulfillment in their own life. So they're kind of like seeking it elsewhere. I don't know what's going on here, but somebody here I feel like is very, someone here is a little challenged in their mental energy and possibly also in their emotional energy. It's giving that somebody is trying to fill a void or a need. I don't like it, Pisces. I'm sorry, boo. And I feel like someone is having a difficult time, like really hearing reason. It could be that there's like was interest, but it's like, you got to slow down. Like, don't pressure me. Don't put pressure on me. Like, just like, let's slow down. Like, chill out, whoever this person is. But somebody is, I don't know, there's definitely competing energies going on here. I'm not seeing people on the same page. I'm not seeing that, boo. I'm not, honestly. This could be a newer connection for you. Someone may have asked someone out or already like expressed interest, showed interest, and somebody turned them down. Someone's not taking that well. If that's the situation, someone is really not taking that well at all. So what should you do, Pisces? What should you do about this? What action should you take on this attraction, if anything? What am I going to call it? I'm not gonna call it really obsession. I'm gonna say it's not looking like a good foundation for love either, though, to be honest with you. Um, I would say it's more like a limerence type of thing from the energy that I'm picking up here. I don't know that my way, it's my way or the highway is like screaming at me. The Limp Bizkit song. Isn't that Limp Bizkit? I think. Whew, lordy. All right. What should you do about this? Pisces. Watch your other placements, Pisces. Well, that's interesting. Pisces, I really feel like you do have actually some kind of like possibly new love coming. I don't know if it's this person or not, but there is something in your energy. If somebody said or did something that hurt the other person, I'm going to say I do feel like somebody may need to offer the other person like apology, or there's a conversation here that needs to happen. I don't think you're dealing with a dangerous person. I just think there was something here that was a little bit one-sided. Someone might have been pushy, a little too eager beaver, someone not maybe respecting initially someone's boundaries, or not really hearing them say like you need to slow down or you need to like chill. I want to take this a little bit more slower, a little bit more easy. It's like someone took that as like, oh, like, you know, like that was just like a really awful rejection. Like, and that's part of limerence, like having difficulty with ambiguity, having difficulty with dealing with rejection. And it's like, I don't even know if there was an outright rejection or if it was just like somebody was like, hey, I see you making this effort, but can you like slow down with that a little bit? Can we just like temper those feelings? Can you chill a little bit? Can we calm down? Can we start as maybe friends or something? Someone was like, no, has to go my way or I'm done. I'm not going to invest anymore. Like, I'm going to, you know, I don't like that energy, but what I'm getting is that there may be an opportunity here if there is some kind of heartfelt sort of conversation, an apology, an offer to like, hey, I say this, if they make another move, Pisces, if this is them and not you, and they make another move and they ask you out, I say go ahead and do it. I'd say proceed with caution, obviously, but tell them like, listen, I'm not jumping in that quickly. Okay. We need to take this very slow. I'm a very emotionally mature, stable kind of fishy friend. I'm looking for somebody who is going to invest in long term. I'm looking for more of an emotional connection. I need to see that first before this other thing, because maybe they tried to like impress you with like gift, or you know, maybe the way that they tried to like woo you wasn't what you were looking for. You wanted this emotional connection. You needed things to slow down. You needed to make sure you're on the same page. You needed to make sure that whatever this was going on here was grounded in something, and it wasn't just like you weren't just being pressured to do something. When people are too eager, it's like raises red flags of like, okay, what do you want? Like, what do you really want? Because you're coming in hot. So you're like, listen, I'm down to build something with you and nurture something, but it needs to be grounded. And I need to feel this emotional connection. I'm a fishy friend. So I think having that kind of conversation, if they ask you ask you out again, or if you want to offer something to them, I think it's okay to do it. But I think, again, you need to be clear. Like, I need this to go slow. I need more of an emotional investment. I need to have that kind of a connection with you. I don't need you to impress me with your generosity or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? And also, I need to take things a little bit slow. Okay. I need to make sure we're on the same page. I think it's okay. Worst case scenario, you walk away from that, right? They already said, I don't know if I really want to invest in this anymore anyway, because you hurt me. You hurt me. Pisces. Again, flip switch it, reverse it if you need to. But it's telling me, like, in terms of your advice, it doesn't hurt to say yes to some kind of offer. Okay. If they want to offer you some kind of apology, or if you feel you owe them, then do it. But again, be clear. Like, we need to take time. We need to slow down. Like, I want to see that you have more than just gifts to offer me or whatever it is, like that you also can make an emotional investment in the long term too. So do what you will with that, Pisces. I'm going to leave the ball in your court. But I do see that there's possibly, again, like I said, like possibly new love or an opportunity to at least like go on a date or do something coming your way. So I say yes to it. Maybe you just need to get out and have some experience with that. But also just, yeah, tell them what's good. And if they listen and respect your boundaries, then awesome. If they don't, then you know what to do. Boo boo. All right. So that's what I have for you. Gosh, Pisces was leaving us on a really interesting note there with that one, Pisces. That was interesting. Thank you guys so much for being here, for everyone that showed up and showed out for this all signs. We're not doing questions today because we're reserving for a special one question readings for Sunday. And if you guys missed the beginning, you can scroll on back to get a sneak peek of the blog post that I'm working on in this new love versus limerence versus obsession series that I'm going to be doing also over on Instagram. Follow me there at my Taropist on all the things. You guys, I'm so grateful. Please hype up after the live, hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. Please drop comments underneath. It really does help, and I always respond to y'all. So thank you so much for the love. I so appreciate you guys being here and spending part of your Friday with me. I hope these readings did resonate and help and give you some clarity on your situation. If you want to book a personal reading and go deeper into your personal situation, again, mytherapist.com. And I'm sending you big hugs, abrazos, beijinhos. Mwah. Until next time, you guys, take really good care. Love yourselves. Love each other. Be well. Bye, everyone.